Hello, people of the world. Welcome to the Type 1 Radio Lounge Network. I am Sonic, and I'm here with
Steve, Gaddafi.
And on the Skype conference we have Retta, Reset, and Free Energy J. All say hello?
Hello.
Hello there.
Excellent. So this is an open mic situation. And Steve, can you do the number thing?
I can do the number thing, yes. It is 347-205-9657. So please Skype in anything you like.
Yeah.
And if you're listening on the Friends of Freeman Friendship Agenda chat room, Reset will be monitoring that. So if you've got any questions or anything, any subjects you want to throw out there, please feel free to do so.
And also, if you're in the chat, well, you're obviously listening to this on another means because the chat room, blog talk radio thing there isn't this one. We've created a new little monster. So I'd just like to say first, I saw today that our Deputy Prime Minister, Nick Clegg, has just come out in support again for Gary McKinnon, the guy who's been trying to be extradited to America under the whatever act of
the secrets.
Getting into the NASA and Pentagon website of security systems, even though there wasn't any security on there. So he's now on the case to change the extradition laws there.
Wow.
Should we just start in the background for you?
Um,
Wait. No, sorry, I just wanted to give someone a link in the chat room and it's playing in the background.
Okay, cool.
Go on.
So anybody got any interesting things to talk about tonight? Jay, Retta?
Well, I got the video made up for last Sunday's show, and it's been posted on Friends of Freeman.
Excellent. Okay. So that's the video of the 5D meditation.
Yes.
With the new
Lobo commission painting.
Yes, of the I think he's called it the Dawn of 5D Man.
Yes.
Which is if you all go to the Friends of Freeman site there, friendshipagenda.com, and it's in the
video set.
We should get that loaded up onto the Type 1 YouTube page also.
Yes.
And let the whole world have it instead of just us.
Oh well, I put it on my personal YouTube page, but I don't have the clearance to put on a Type 1 yet. So I can send that to you right now.
Well,
send it to Sonic.
Yeah, just
later. Yeah.
Email the link, or I can just email you the details to get into the because we have two Type 1 YouTube channels, one that I set up and one that Greg set up. Get in touch with either of us, and I'm sure, he or I can set that up for you.
Well, getting back to that Gary McKenna, we were just talking about that the other day. It's strange that it's brought up today. So if he gets the law changed, how long will that take in effect?
No idea. It's quite a long. It's a 6-month process, isn't it, to get a law changed? So they have to read it in the Commons, then they have to read it in the... it has to get through that twice. Then it has to go to the House of Lords.
And then it has to go to,
Then it has to go to the Queen.
to get
So
her.
it's a long old...
So she can write it on some skin.
Well, everybody's in bed together. Isn't, like, the British government and the United States, like, best friends now? So...
Well...
yeah. Well, yeah.
Michael's just come on.
Aren't we the war machine for the Queen?
Yeah, supposedly, yeah.
Well, I'm the Vatican as well.
Well, we're the
Yes.
Vatican. The Vatican's the money, isn't it?
You know what we should do is
We're the money. They're the...
Yeah.
we should send them a bill for the war.
Because
Let
we're
'em pay
going
it.
broke over here.
Welcome, Cracked. You're on the Tap One Radio Lounge.
Hello everyone.
Hello, Michael. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing decent. Just wanted to call in and probably do nothing like I usually do, but always nice to hear everyone.
Yeah. Well, you're here anyway. That's always good to know.
Yeah. and I'm sure at some point soon, Carolyn will turn up, which would be great to have her again. Just to say that she is going to be having some very interesting shows next week.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So Tuesday the 22nd, Wednesday the 23rd, Thursday the 24th. 3 hours each day.
Thursday's Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yeah.
She's doing a show on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh. No turkey for her then, huh?
Well, you never know.
Well, I think maybe she'll be doing them sort of a similar time to this. So that's you have your Thanksgiving dinner in the evening, do you? I don't know.
Oh, I'd be drunk right now. Thanksgiving, so.
Are you not already?
Oh, that was last night. I'm sorry, that was last night.
Excellent. Did you have a good night last night then?
No. I drank and passed out.
That sounds pretty good to me. We did the same thing, didn't we, Nick?
Well, do you have a hangover? I got quite a hangover today.
Yeah, well,
I didn't have a hangover.
did you listen to the Judy Wood show, Retta?
No, I had my days mixed up. I listened to, I watched Reset's 2 programs. It took me most of yesterday. And then I have it on my archive to watch, to listen to I wanted to hear your guys' take on your conversation. I wanted some background before.
Yeah, well, Judy will be coming back, and I think it's quite wise if we all get a bit of background on her.
Yes, yes.
Like, read her book, because she is quite a gal.
And I, on Friday, after the show, I rang up our local library to ask them to get the book in, or to see if they had the book, which they didn't, that didn't surprise me at all, and to get them to order it in. So
she wrote a book?
Yes, it's called Where Did the Towers Go? It's her evidence, because she's a PhD master's. She's like a professor of mechanical engineering, and she does studies in theoretical interference or something like that. It goes a little over my head, but she's probably the most qualified person to actually look at what happened. And that's
Well, I've seen her presentation. It was quite interesting. I'd never even had that view before, and until I listened to her information, it was quite startling.
Yeah. And it's because everybody's so familiar with that footage. You look
at it a whole different way.
Yeah, which is just, it's an amazing thing that she's done to wake people up to what was literally in front of their eyes for the past 10 years.
I think it's mostly as being a New Yorker, we were really traumatized. I think we still have post-traumatic stress.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We were very traumatized. So like she said, any explanation they gave to us, we were willing to hear it. I mean,
well, I don't think they gave any explanation of how it collapsed, because...
Well, they just basically told us the airplanes hit the building, caught on fire, and it collapsed.
Yeah, and
so we all took it, and we were like, okay.
And Judy has filed a case against the NIST for science fraud.
Wow.
I think that was in 2007, was it?
Yeah.
And I don't know what the outcome of that case is, or whether it's still going on. It's lodged, but she was saying that they, even though their report said it was like looking into the collapse of the Twin Towers, it said in the preface that they were only going to look at what happened up till the collapse. So even the name of the report was completely wrong for what was actually in the report, and then they were talking about theoretical collapse. I mean, she doesn't actually talk about collapse at all. She talks about
justification, vaporizing,
or poofed.
Because you know what? Nobody even questioned where did all the material go. I never even had that thought in my mind, like, where did all that material go?
Yeah.
Well, there's these great big bathtubs in the basement because it's actually reclaimed land from the Hudson. And these things are really fragile, and if they bust, the whole of Manhattan would have been just washed away, flooded.
Yeah,
but there's not a crack in them. It was only when the earth-moving trucks moved over them did they sort of...
they were worried.
They were worried about it, yeah. Crazy.
So so Judy will be on again at some point in the next few weeks. So it's a good. I think it's a really good platform, and I think she's warmed to the Type 1 radio, isn't she?
yeah.
Because she sort of met us lot over here. She's definitely bonded with Bichick, isn't she?
No, absolutely, yeah. kindred sisters.
That's that. And also, Herb Guy will have another intentional community show next Friday, and then Retta, you have your show on the 28th.
On the 28th, yes. So if anybody has any questions on astral projection, remote viewing, just send me a message.
Okay.
On Reddit, on Friends of Freeman.
Me and you will set up an events page for that on Friends of Freeman. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
And we'll put the information of what time you want the show and all that. So yeah, that'll be done in this next week. And last night I spoke to Alan Abedessa Green, I think his name is, and he's just brought out a book called The Sync Book, and he will be on the show at some point very soon as well. We've just got to organise times that we're both available to do this. So it may be like a podcast, it may be a live show. We haven't yet finalised those details, but he'll be coming on the show quite soon. Just to promote our friends' shows as well. Max Egan will be on Freighter X, Radio Free Humanity later on this evening at 10 p.m. Is that Central time? Anybody in the US know?
No, he's on Eastern time, isn't he?
Is it?
I'm on
Eastern. Yeah, so 10 p.m. Eastern time, and Freeman is he doing a show today?
Well, hopefully, but he's kind of busy sort of doing all the networking for the Type 1 radio show at the minute, the Type 1 roadshow, sorry. So he's quite busy, but he's hoping to do a show this tonight.
Or maybe he'll replay of the Jay Parker and Mark Passio show, which I'd quite like to listen to that again, because those two are very interesting. Those three people in the same room are
and Mark Passio's bunker.
Yeah. And maybe just a little shout out to Mark there. If you want to come on the Type 1 Radio Lounge, just hit us up. You're more than welcome.
Anyone
Yes.
Can. Last week there was a guy on. Should we have a little smoke?
Yeah.
Last week there was a guy who joined Friends of Freeman called MD2323. And if anyone's been on his page and seen it, he's absolutely hilarious. What he does is he remixes classic rock tracks and techno beat sort of thing, and he plays in this trailer park, and it's called Camper Raves. And he likes to have little parties with them instead of going to big commercial things. And this is some of the music he makes. It's absolutely brilliant. It's called DJ Squid Viscous, and this is called Stairway to Hell. And that was DJ Squid Viscous and Stairway to Hell rather. Which excellent bit of Type 1 art there for my money anyway. If you go to his page, there's another one with he does with Black Sabbath, and it's funny then. It's great stuff. So we've got little people running around here.
Little people.
So what do you think of that, Jay? Hello? Anybody there?
I'm here.
Jay, you there?
Did you like that reset?
Maybe he's still... Oh, it's a little different.
Yeah, I had my mic muted. I think Brett's trying to get up.
No, we didn't have to because I mute. When there's a smoke break, we mute all the mics anyway.
No, but...
You're in the studio, so it's not going over there, so...
Yeah. Did you say Brett's trying to get into the...
Yeah, he needs to be picked up.
Okay.
Brett?
Yeah. So,
he tweets me. Okay.
So, just some more shows that will be coming up soon. I've been talking to various labels. I'm going to be doing some podcasts with those. So we've got a German label that I'm going to be doing an interview with about their upcoming releases. They're like a techno label. I've got this Canadian US label called Subsec. Going to be doing a talk with those. We've got a couple of Brighton labels. One of them that I work closely with called Pretty Neat, who this is a brilliant label that they do all the royalties from the tracks goes to the mental health charity Mind over here. If everybody should just go to Beatport or iTunes or Juno downloads and just put in Pretty Neat and just buy some tunes from them, because they're all brilliant tunes, and it's for a positive cause. And then there's also another label in Brighton called Well Rounded, who do lots of really nice sort of dubsteppy, deep tech, minimal techno type stuff. So yeah, we're gonna have lots of interesting shows coming up.
Hey Brett, you're on if you want to say something, or if you've got your mic turned on.
Real man!
Hello, my brother.
Excellent.
So how's the planning trip to Holland?
Basically, I'm waiting to connect one last time with the guy in Holland to make sure that we can get on video when I interview him, the people who own the rights to the Jimi Hendrix song, so I can show it to people. If he can't do that, I'm not going to go until he can do that.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's probably quite important that you can have that access.
Yeah, I mean, I think he does. I definitely think he's an honest and authentic person, but I want to get the people who make the decisions with the song finally to get on video saying that they're willing to do it.
And are they in Holland as well, or are they somewhere else?
I'm not sure yet. There's a foundation named after the guy, Curtis Knight, who was walking around with this lyrics in his suitcase and who discovered Jimi Hendrix. Right. And I'm not sure if the foundation owns the rights to the song or if it's a private person, and that's what I'm waiting to find out.
Okay. Excellent. Well,
we can't wait to see you over here, brother, so
yeah,
fingers crossed, eh?
Pretty much. I mean, like, the $1,200 I came into, I could really use for my mental health project, so if I can't make the best use of the time in Holland, then I'm going to use it for that.
Excellent. So it'll be used in a good way, whichever.
Yeah, we'll see which way the universe decides to go.
Yeah. Excellent.
You get me a link to this place, this label you were talking to, because
yeah, we'll send that.
I can help them out.
Okay, well,
we'll send that right to you.
Well, if you just Google Pretty Neat Records, and they'll be the first thing that comes up, really, I reckon.
Okay.
Yeah, I got involved with them about a year ago. My last record was released through them, and we're just talking about doing a remix compilation album today. So I think we've got about 10 people that are going to be collaborating on different remixes. So that's all quite exciting.
That was the gig we met you at, wasn't it?
Yeah. The guy
Chick and I went down to see Nick playing via the Friendship Agenda, and it was for this charity, so it was all good. We never actually spent any money there, though. We took our own wine and smoked to the beach.
Yeah.
We've got quite a cool place in Brighton where it's straight on the beach. There's a lot of bars and stuff.
And clubs.
So it's a real nice place to go for summer night.
Yes.
Not so good in this weather, but normally it's pretty good.
Yeah, I remember going out last New Year's Eve, and I left this place on the beach. It must have been about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and there was people queuing up to get in the clubs at that time, like literally like all down the beach, which was, I mean, obviously it's New Year's Eve, but I mean, you know,
it's bloody cold. It's right on the English Channel, which is joined to the Atlantic, so it's freezing cold.
Yeah, you get a brisk wind.
Yeah.
Anything else people want to just chip in and talk about? The mic, it's open mic.
Okay. How about the Occupy Everything this coming Sunday? Not this Sunday, but the next one.
What about Occupy the Rabbit Hole?
Citizen of the Stars. Basically, what we're going to do, if it's allowed, I believe it is, because they wouldn't have sent me the message and to have this thing unless it was, is to take people on board a Federation mothership and meet with members of the Federation. And because there's a lot of our gene pool that comes from the different alien types, and we will have an instant connection. We can ask for their help. See,
panspermia.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a panspermia, Jay?
A what?
Panspermia. It's the spores that fly around in outer space and sort of land in seed places, and that's where...
Oh, those organic beings.
No, they're just spores. They're like...
it's like little bacteria.
Little bacteria, like mushroom spores, and
yeah.
They get lodged. They just fly around the universe all the way, and when they find somewhere they can stick.
And hitch a rides on comets and things.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Great theory. Amazing theory.
Did the Federation get in touch with you after the 5D meditation? Just out of interest there.
It just come to me, so I can't tell if it's my higher self or people that I have contracts with.
So was that after the 5D meditation?
Yes, it came after the 5D meditation that we had.
Well, that's interesting. You must have
must have turned a few dials there.
Yes.
Well, they must have seen our pulses.
I've certainly seen them. Yeah, that was cool. Now, I urge anyone who's listening who's not listened to that yet should go and give it a listen, because it's highly, highly, highly stimulating.
Very interesting. And just for everyone, Lobo does say hi. He's busy working in some law firm in
the Matrix.
In the Matrix in La La Land, LA. Typing transcripts.
Well, we miss you, Lobo.
Yes, excellent.
He'll be listening on the podcast.
Yeah, and I think you, Retta, and him would. You need to do a podcast.
We talked about it. He's been busy though this week.
Yeah,
we caught him. He was up being a vampire with us one night. There's three of us that are vampires.
Yeah.
Me, Reset, and Jay are up to about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and you scat me in there the other day as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think we were trying to get you too.
I saw the conversations as well, and I had to go to bed though.
Oh, we talk about everything. Well, we were talking about the other day. You guys have the X Factor in London, right?
Yeah.
Have you noticed, like in America, the X Factor? It looks like maybe an asteroid or Planet X. And it comes way out from the atmosphere, passes the moon, barely hits the moon, barely escapes its path, and then hits right at Earth.
Yes.
And then there's another one that shows the ley lines. What are your guys' opinion? What do you think they're trying to...
Well, I thought exactly the same when I think maybe it had been last year that it really sort of...
It started this year in the United States. This was the first year in the United States.
Yeah, there was some wrangling over that, wasn't there, as well, whether or not you'd be able to understand Cheryl Cole. But because she's got quite a broad Geordie accent, she speaks like that, man. But those credits have been on the X Factor, I think, since it started, basically, but it was only maybe last year that I sort of saw it for what it was. I was thinking, bloody hell, that's an X, and it sort of hits the earth.
And then what was strange, when me and Reset was looking at the sites, the regular YouTube pages, nobody really had a clue. They were having a conversation like X Factor was the best thing, they can't wait for it to air, and me and Reset are like, did they watch the same thing we just watched?
Yeah, well, it's all brainwashing.
I posted those clips up on the Friends of Freeman site. They should be under new videos. And Retta, I was going to say the one that we were talking about with the X flying into the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's actually a newer version that came out this year, and it tracks it from even further back. And that one where the X is slamming into the planet is actually, it sounds like it's the international broadcast version, and the one with the...
No, that's the one from... Oh, the one that it's hitting the Earth. I know that's United States, because I've never watched...
If you watch it at the end, you can see in one of them it's slamming into the UK, and the other one it's slamming into New York. It's the exact same X tracking it into the planet. They just changed
wow.
So it'd be interesting to get to the people that rendered that footage, to see whether or not they came up with the idea or somebody specifically asked them to do it like that.
But it also tells you how asleep people are, where, like, the people that are, somewhat awake, we all noticed it, but the regular people just thought it was the greatest thing.
Hi, Darren. Do you want
Hello there. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Do you want to get the? Do you want to come on in the conference?
Sure.
Okay, hang up then, yeah.
Okay.
I'll bring you back in. Me and Alan were talking about the X Factor last night, and we were sort of agreeing that there is a noble cause in the sense that it is trying to find some aspiring new voices, but I think the downfall of it is the banal way it goes about the process, and making them fit certain molds, and they're not encouraged to make their own music. They're because probably the program's backed by a load of publishers or record companies.
Well, that's it. They're tied up legally right away, so they can't do anything unless they're told to do it.
Yeah.
And they're just molded into to make commercials, basically.
But over here, on the BBC, there's another show which sort of harks back to the 1970s, which is like Strictly Come Dancing. I don't know whether it's
they have Dancing with the Stars in the States.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah. And that's now taking the ratings away from X Factor, which, I wish both of them would just get off my television.
Well, Simon Cowell used to do it all the time over here, but he's now quit, so it's been left to his sort of lackeys who are they're just dreadful. Not that Simon Cowell is any good at all, but it's, the X Factor over here is really... Oh, it's just dreadful. It's so horrible.
See how American Idol also has that same agenda to go on too.
Well,
if you watch American Idol, they also have
it's the same company,
the Masonic, but they have the Masonic where they have the eye, and it looks just like the picture of the Enlightenment coming down. Mm-hmm. What's the picture with the mirror and then the light comes down on top of the weird looking globe, and it has one of the angels is holding
when you mean, yeah.
That's exactly what they had on American Idol last year.
Right.
That whole card, that whole picture, I believe it's in that Manly P. Hall book.
Okay, well, he was the man in the know, wasn't he? Well, I think it goes through quite a lot of shows. I don't know whether or not have you got the Weakest Link over there?
They don't really play. It used to be big, but not anymore. I don't even know if it's still on TV anymore.
It's on over here and in various other countries. But I don't know whether you've noticed when they pan out so you can see Anne and the contestants, the shape of the lights and where they are in relation to her. It looks very much like the Illuminati flame.
Wow.
Torch.
And also in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
We still have that.
The set looks very, very Egyptian. They've got the steps going up at the side of where the people come in.
Yeah, that's how American Idol was last year.
Right. Cool. Yeah. See, the symbology and the programming is just everywhere, and it's just when you recognise it, you see it every time.
Well, I happened to watch Green Lantern this week, and that caught me off because to me that was all about astral projection. Did you see the Green Lantern?
No, I've never seen it.
I know the character, but I've never seen it.
Well, the new one that they had out, that came out last year, not the cartoon.
The real life one.
Freeman was talking about that and saying that not once in the film is love mentioned. It's all about fear.
Yes, it was all about fear. And it was all about fear, and what was the other one?
Wasn't free will a big part of it?
And free will, yep. Free will and fear.
Right. So we
But
got free will to be in fear.
Yes, and it was very much astral projecting, where he was in a fantasy planet in his dream state, I guess, and that's what I took about it. And the fear was conquering everything, and free will saved humanity, basically.
Yeah, and the power of fear they thought was actually stronger than the power of love, possibly.
No, they thought the power of fear was stronger than free will.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Which is.
Yeah, there was nothing about love in there.
Did you see the little clip after the credits?
No, I didn't. Did I miss something?
Yeah, there's always one with those movies.
Yeah.
Because I thought it really was a stupid movie. I wonder how much they made off of it.
Millions. Yeah.
Wow. So
No,
Darren, sorry, I digress. Darren, the photograph that was published on the Sonic put up on the Space War News.
Yes.
Do you have anything to add to that? Because
the Black Knight satellite.
The Black Knight satellite.
Well, actually, I just stumbled across that myself last year sometime, and I don't know if those particular pictures are of. In fact, I don't think they are of what the articles are referring to, but they think that that's what this might be, returning several times. I don't know if you guys saw. I posted a second link to what you guys posted.
Yeah. That's what I asked you for.
And
that had a lot of in-depth more at times that they thought it showed up.
Yeah,
but,
I found a little video of, because there's quite a few. There's maybe about 5 or 6 different photographs from STS. Pardon me, that STS mission. I think it was STS 088. From different angles, so you're getting like a completely different view of the ship or whatever it is, and it is a very strange object.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't look like any satellite I've ever seen. It's just not shaped anything like what you would think would be up there. No. Really,
it looks like something out of like Star Wars or
Independence Day or something.
Oh, but did you guys? Well, me and Risa had happened to see came on Tuesday on National Geographic, which was when aliens attacked. That spaceship that they showed on when aliens attacked looks just like that object that you sent us a link to.
1 second, Rita. We've got a caller 573.
Hello there, Carolyn.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hi, Carolyn.
I'm just listening in. I woke up at 5 minutes to 3 and was all ready to call in earlier, but I had a virus hit my computer, so I downloaded and rebooted, and now I'm back on. So, how you doing?
Well, we're talking about Space War News right now.
Well, I love it.
Black Knight satellite.
Oh. Yeah,
But yeah, well, I was gonna say, watching that show, there was some other weird stuff in there. I actually got a little list down here with a couple things. Okay, I'm sure we're all familiar with the term shock and awe.
Yeah.
Shakina, that's how the aliens would be attacking us, through a campaign of shock and awe.
Wow.
Which I thought
well, that's the Shakina, isn't it? That's the
Yeah, that's what we did in Afghanistan.
and Iraq.
And Iraq.
Oh, we did it. We did with Iraq too.
Yeah.
Well, that
isn't the Shakina Egyptian?
So they're Egyptian or Jewish, I think.
The Mohab. And, attacking the Mohab.
Yeah, the Moabites, and I was getting back to Saddam Hussein's claim to be Nebuchadnezzar and whatnot.
Yeah.
But, right, then after that, the shows show up, and it just looked like something out of V, which that show just got canceled again this year.
Yeah.
But where the ships show up over all the major cities, and, just like the aliens in V's, they really had, less than desirable intentions. And, okay, so then at exactly 33 minutes in, you see the UN building right outside, and it fades to white, and outside threat speech that I'm sure we've all heard. And then it cuts from that.
We're losing you.
You're losing me?
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so it goes to Reagan giving his outside threat speech, and then from there, basically it goes to show the last bit of von Braun's plans where everyone in the world has to unite to fight against the aliens, and they basically tell us that we have to join together and use terrorist methods because they'll be expecting something from an organized military. We'd have to fight like the Taliban are fighting. And they go
we
back
have to be suicide bombers.
Yeah, they go back to reference the Mujahideen from the 1980s, totally leaving out. That's where Bin Laden got his start with the CIA.
Well, doesn't the guy in Independence Day, he's a suicide bomber, isn't he, when he flies up?
And you remember how he went inside?
Yeah.
He went in the middle of the ship. That's what they expect us to do, is to
that's what they were
strap the bombs on and go in the middle of the ship. But don't forget, Reset, how they were willing to wipe if one showed up above Washington D.C. They were willing to blast Washington D.C. out, kill everybody.
Yeah, they were basically willing to kill millions if it came to it, the humans.
Nice. Is that what our government were willing to?
No, government, our own government. Yeah.
So we don't really need to fear the aliens then if we're going to do it to ourselves.
Yeah.
We need to fear our own government. We don't need to fear the aliens.
Because they're willing to kill 95% of the population.
We don't need to
Which
fear.
is the same as what's that same rule? Kill 95% of the population. That's what the New World Order wants to do.
I suppose, yeah. But we don't need to fear anything because we are divine being. We are the universe
and then,
experiencing.
And then they also And then they also said within 3 hours, all the food will be off the shelves, and humanity will turn on each other and start killing each other and stealing and basically robbing each other for food.
So they're just putting that little subliminal in there, are they?
They say humans will do what humans do. That's basically what they said.
Well, they didn't even talk about cannibalism or anything like that.
Oh no, they didn't. They said we will just kill for the food.
Well, in times when there's no food at all and it goes hectic like that, like they did back in the last time it happened, there's cannibalism too. That people ate people.
Well, they ain't talking.
Tastes like
what they got us packed into these cities now.
Well, what they said that was strange, they said the aliens wouldn't come here for water because the universe has vast amounts of water.
Yeah, it does. Well, maybe that's why they're putting on shows like The Walking Dead and zombie shows to sort of get to put that into our minds that that's how the survivors are going to have to survive.
Like what? Vampires?
No.
Like
moving around all the zombies, all the people that have come back to life, and there was also a show called Survivors a while back where there's some sort of plague, and the people that were immune to it all woke up and were fighting amongst themselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, and for us lucky ladies, how about they said that we have to become baby-making machines by any means necessary. We should be pregnant at all times by whatever men. Not just by one man, by different men we should become pregnant by at all times.
Oh,
wrote this show.
Lucky us.
Yeah, and they're starting to bring up a lot of in that Walking Dead. They're bringing up the whole the morality of do I help people or do I just fend for myself?
Yeah.
And that's really started to come in the newest season here, where people are actually, the one guy kind of leaves the other guy behind and says that that's not what happened. But he kind of uses him, like shoots him, and then the zombies are on him, and I get away. Now, so there's really starting to bring that in, the whole question of, if we were in trouble, would you help or would you just fend for yourself?
It's funny you say that. A friend of mine, he's really into that show, and he's got me watching it with him. And the beginning of the second season, there was this bit where a little girl gets lost.
Yeah.
And they go out there and they're looking for this little girl. And he said that online there was this whole thing going on where people were talking about, how long would you actually look for this little girl? And then they had a bunch of different things, 1 hour, 2 hour, a day, a week, or just give up and leave. Most people said they would give up and leave and not even worry about it.
Wow.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But you got to realize those are the people that are watching that show. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know they're already brainwashed. So.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny. I used to watch these shows because I did enjoy them a little bit at one point, but now I can't even enjoy them, and I'm watching them to see what's wrong with them.
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
is the reason I watch them now.
We only get DVDs out of this DVD store now just to watch, the symbolism and stuff like that, and sort of think, you bastards, what are you doing? That's terrible, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, getting back onto the Black Knight satellite, I think in the piece that you posted there, Darren, there was they were saying that maybe Philip K. Dick's book Valis could have been based on that satellite. The idea that it was beaming down messages because this thing supposedly beamed down some like coded message. That
ham operators were picking it up on their ham radios.
And then they decoded it, and it was like a star map of some was it called Epsilon Bodis or something like that?
Yeah. Our view Epsilon of it. Go ahead, Jay.
Epsilon Boots was the star system.
Yeah.
And they probably figured we had the civilization either came from there, or some of the ones that put the satellite there traveled to that star system from here.
Yeah, and I believe it was a view from Earth of that star system 13,000 years ago or something like that.
Wow.
Which is
and that was in the 60s, I believe, or was it? Yeah, it was the early 60s when they first got the transmissions. So when Sputnik went up, they went, "Hey, there's already something up here." And I think, and the other weird thing I think was that all man-made satellites go with the orbit of the Earth. And this Black Knight satellite, although it did hang over, I believe, Arctic or Antarctic for a while.
Yeah.
But when it did orbit, it would go against the rotation of the Earth.
Oh wow!
Which we don't do with satellites. We use the rotation of the Earth to help keep satellites out. Mm-hmm. So it's not orbiting. It was powered, in my opinion. It was a powered craft.
That's right. Yeah.
It'd be going against the turn, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And stay in orbit as well, going against the turn. So, that would definitely have to be powered.
Yeah. Have they done a remake of The Thing in the States yet?
I've seen the commercials, but it hasn't come out yet.
I've seen the commercials over here.
Yeah,
that's
the third.
Quite odd, isn't it? That's a sort of similar thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and it kind of shows you how they keep, just every 20 years, they keep rehashing the same thing.
Yeah, because the John Carpenter did one, didn't he?
Yeah, and then there was a version before that was
there was the 50s sort of black and white version, wasn't there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Crazy. I think it was Kurt Russell on that John Carpenter one, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the movies in the 80s that really scared me.
Yeah, it was creepy, sure.
Very creepy.
What, The Thing?
Yeah. Because I was only about 8 when it came out, and we
got
got
the one with
on
Kurt
video.
Russell. That's the one with Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've done a remake, Caroline.
That was a good one. The old one wasn't bad either, the black and white, but I love the one with Kurt Russell. But everything he did was pretty good. He hasn't made a movie in a while. He's got to get working.
Yeah, he's probably got to pay off that expensive divorce settlement.
Hey, did they finally get divorced, him and Goldie Hawn? Did they break up?
They never got married.
Oh, I was going to say, did they break up or something?
But didn't over here you've got what's it called? Common law.
Yeah.
Common law thing.
But this isn't Hollywood radio, so we'll just say that's all that we need to know on their relationship.
No, but everyone's
Good luck with your
favorite
life.
Kabbalah couple broke up.
Who broke up, Reset?
Everyone's favorite Kabbalah couple broke up.
Oh yeah.
Kutcher
Demi Moore.
Yeah.
No, really? Oh well.
Shame.
Boo
guys
fucking
hear-
who?
Did you guys hear the interview that Chelsea lately did, where she just put them on blast?
Who's Chelsea lately?
Oh, she's a comedian with like a late night show.
Chelsea Handler.
Oh, Chelsea, that's her show, Chelsea Lately, where she was just basically saying how basically they broke up because Debbie was tired of Astor continuing the threesomes without her.
Well, I'm sure we'll find another cougar, won't he? Yeah. Did they actually have kids together, or were they just...
No.
Yeah, she was by Bruce Willis already, didn't she?
Yeah.
Scout and all that lot. Oh, God.
Her kids are probably the same age she is.
I'm probably dating him.
Yeah, it's all a big incest fest out there anyway, so.
Yeah. Anyway, any other interesting topics we have on offer? Carolyn, any thoughts, wisdoms from your end?
As I'm getting my brain back awake, I'm sitting here playing on Facebook while I'm at it too. I got some cool stuff I'm putting up, but hopefully, as long as everybody gets together, that should get together. That's probably why I got somebody hacking me earlier today. But next week, Judith Baker, who was the mistress of Lee Harvey Oswald, is going to be one of the people on the radio with us.
Oh,
wow!
And she's going to show some. She's got some. I'm just finally telling everybody because she's actually very afraid. She's out of the country for her safety, and she's got some pictures that can prove not only her relationship with him, but his relationship with Ferry and Clay Shaw, and his relationship with the CIA.
Not so good for radio, Caroline, but good information. Not so good for radio. The pictures.
Oh, well, we'll put them up on I love that. I told you that's the song I sing to the cats all the time. They freak out over that.
Sorry to put you off mid-sentence
but it
there,
should be
Caroline.
interesting. I think Ed Haslam will be on as well, and he'll be talking about how they all got together because they were actually weaponizing cancer in New Orleans at the time. And a lot of people don't know that story. A lot of people don't know about how the polio vaccine that was both a liquid and a shot that a lot of people got in the 60s, early 60s, was actually full of live cancer cells, and actually is what caused the explosion of cancer, which then justified the faux war on cancer by Nixon and trillions of dollars being funneled off to the 1% again.
That's quite big.
Yeah, he actually knew.
What were they smoking, Caroline?
Say that again?
What were they smoking?
I don't know about which I had something to smoke, I can tell you that. I can't wait to get the acres so I can start growing some hemp. Just for, material purposes. Just for material and fuel purposes, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
So we know THC in that.
That's right. Well, you can tell when I first wake up, my brain just does not function, does it?
So is that like, are they two of the three shows then? So you're going to have...
Right, and also John Barber will be coming on, and he is the guy that did the interviews with Garrison, the only person to bring a trial for the JFK murders. And if anybody's got some questions, we'll start thinking about them, but also if you want to ask any, because a lot of people didn't know there was the connection that, I'll drop a tidbit now. You think about it, Lee Harvey Oswald was actually working on a U-2 base. He was a Marine. That's not exactly your average Marine. That's a CIA base. He was fluent in Russian. That's not your average Marine. And he did go to the Soviet Union and supposedly defect and it was a big deal out of it over on at the time that he was taking codes with him. Remember, this was back when they had shot down the U-2 over Russia, and it was like a big deal with Gary Powers on board. And
Didn't Bobby Kennedy bring him back from Russia?
Well, see, that's just it. A lot of people don't realize that's one of the reasons how they had him by the short hairs, because they handcuffed Bobby Kennedy, because when, you know, a guy like that, once, you know, it wasn't until after the missile crisis, the Cuban Missile Crisis, that a couple people went back and forth, spies went back and forth, and Oswald was one of the people that came back with. At this time, he was married to that daughter of that rather high-up Russian or Soviet general at the time, and so he's bringing his wife and kid back over here. Well, people don't realize that in order to come back here, in order to not be arrested and thrown in the stockade, it took the signature of the U.S. Attorney General, which at the time was Robert Kennedy.
Wow.
And he actually was working for Robert Kennedy. So it kind of ties your hands up that you kill somebody's brother, and the guy you make the patsy is the guy who was the so-called defector that you allowed back in the United States. And Bobby Kennedy was in charge of the program to assassinate Fidel Castro that Oswald was a part of. So they just totally had his hands just totally... That's why people always thought, well, wait a minute, they couldn't have killed Kennedy because, gosh, his brother was the Attorney General. Why didn't he do something? Well, he couldn't. You know, how did they come out and say that we were busy weaponizing cancer in New Orleans, and Oswald not only worked for the CIA, but he actually was tied directly to Robert Kennedy, and they used that group of people to kill his brother. You know, so it gets the plot thickens into all kinds of things. I mean, people don't, you know, when most people don't even realize in America, and it was out in congressional testimony that all those polio vaccines were totally, and you know, they knew when they were giving them to people that they were spreading cancer, because these were all little kids they gave these vaccines to.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, so is it by choice or synchronicity that the shows will start on the anniversary of the assassination?
Well, I wanted to do it that week, and it's just coincidentally that Judith, this is the only interview she's giving. She'd given some live things in Toronto. She went up there to meet with Jesse Ventura. She slipped into Canada because she was under diplomatic protection in Sweden, or, you know, basically protection for her life in Sweden, and she was able to sneak into Toronto to meet with Jesse Ventura, so she did give some presentations in Toronto, but then she's not going to talk to anybody again until 2013, because she's being given...
having a year off.
So Jesse Ventura and us, that's quite cool.
That's the only two, yeah.
How honoured are we going to be?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Caroline, for sorting out that.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun. I mean, we'll have to see, because, I mean, she's a little bit worried, because, you know, she's had death threats and everything else, but then look at, you know, so has Judy Wood. Heck, I have death threats. I've had death threats for the last 5 years, and I figure, oh, well, that's just normal now.
Yeah.
You know, that just means you do. If they want to kill you, it just means you're doing it right.
I think if they want to kill you, they'll just kill you, and they won't even tell you that they're going to do it.
But, you know, I got those kind of genes. My grandma lived to 104, and my mom and dad even, you know, they smoked like fiends. They all lived in their almost 90s. All my aunts are in their 90s. People just want us dead. You know, we get on people's nerves. We live so long. We just, you know, when you're immortal, people don't kill you.
Caroline, are you shifting around by your mic or something? Because there's a bit of interference coming in.
No, actually, I just got it. I'm real mellow. I got I got this corded horrible phone here at the hotel, so I just got it between my ear and my shoulder. I'm not even holding it.
Sounded like someone squirting a water bottle.
Yeah.
Was that you lighting the phone, Darren?
That's not me. I'm just.
I
I'm not
don't
even.
think it was me.
I'm not even moving.
Okay.
I can get one of the cats.
Someone's got some serious
want.
asthma medicine there.
I can get one of the cats to meow. Everybody thought Judy's cat meowing was mine. I got a lot of notes about that. That was actually Judy's cat. Yeah. Mine were mellow at the time. I could bring one over and grab one if you want some squealing. They were glad I woke up.
Let's have, go for a little smoke break again, and we'll go.
Yeah, sounds good.
a song that Reset has kindly donated to us. It's
Cool.
Talking Heads, Once in a Lifetime. Thanks, Reset.
See you on the other side, brothers and sisters.
And we're back. That was a beautiful Talking Heads song there. Nice one, Reset. Thanks for that. Well done. So, Caroline.
Yes.
Do you want to
I got some
continue
other
with
news if you want it. On my, I know I'm going to try to move this stuff over to Facebook, but I've got a whole bunch of stuff on Facebook. It's some interesting stuff that people didn't know. The inventor of the modern television, Farnsworth, I've got some stuff about him, and he actually worked in the fusion area too. So there's some cool stuff. I'm going to create a photo album with all that stuff in there, because people don't realize the when they broadcast the Olympics in 1936 from Hitler's Germany, they used the Farnsworth television, and it was broadcast all over Berlin. We didn't get television till the 50s. We were a little bit behind. And I got a thing on my page about how to convert a washing machine into a water-powered generator. And there's a really cool film called The Enemy Within that's on there. And Copenhagen is now voting to legalize marijuana. And Switzerland just made it legal for everybody to grow between
Copenhagen's
2
already
and
had
4.
legalised marijuana for quite some time in a town called Christiana, which is a
Well,
town
I
within
know
a town.
Amsterdam does, but apparently the whole country, it's going to be more legal. And
Well,
Switzerland is
Copenhagen's,
okaying 2 to 4 plants per person.
Yeah, Copenhagen's a city in Denmark.
Yeah.
I mean the whole of Denmark, yeah?
Yeah.
And in Holland, in the Netherlands,
I know Amsterdam, yeah.
in the government are trying to reclassify skunk as a hard drug.
The Class A drug, yeah.
So they can't. So the coffee
What the hell
shops
is skunk?
going to be
What
able
is-
to sell.
what-
And in
what is-
Maastricht, we went to
what the hell
Maastricht last summer, summer 2010, and everybody has to show the passports, and they get scanned as you go in. My other half, Howard, he's like 51 years old. Well, he was 50 at the time, and the security guard on the boat coffee shop that we went to said asked him for his ID, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm 50." You don't care. And then eventually he went. Well, he said, "I'm not smoking. I'm just coming in with him." And then they eventually let him in. But I think in Maastricht they're trying to bring in this thing where only Dutch citizens
locals
can go into the coffee shops and buy weed. I don't think they'll, because Maastricht is like it's the oldest city in Holland, that they don't really want the drug tourists there, and they want all those to go to Amsterdam. And yeah, but even in Amsterdam, one of my really good friends lives in Amsterdam, and the mayor of Amsterdam is getting really, he's a conservative Christian, he's really on top. He's like closed loads of the red light area down, so all the people that were working there will probably have to go on the black, on the dodgy market rather than the taxed safe market there. Interestingly, in what used to be the red light windows, instead of all the girls there, they've got naked mannequins.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, it's
so it's false advertising, basically.
yeah. We're going to give you just the mannequin instead of the real thing. Come fuck this mannequin.
Yeah, that'll attract a certain breed, you know.
Yeah. They're called Germans.
Yeah. Fucking A.
Sorry to all our German listeners.
Yeah.
and my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
I've heard much of my descent is actually Germanic, so I take offense to that.
Hey, there's a lot of lonely people with silicone friends. What the heck, you know?
Yeah. Just a little question for you, Caroline.
Sure.
Carolyn, is it maybe going to be possible to get Mr. Hoagland on at some point?
Oh yeah, anytime you want. Matter of fact, I sent him the note last night, and we were chatting back and forth. I was up. I didn't go to sleep last night. I was up overnight with him and a lot of people that are. That's why I'm so tired now. I've had about 3 hours of sleep in the last 36 hours. But yeah, he's willing to come on any time, and I kind of wanted to suggest he talk about Sedona and Dark Mission a little bit, and not go off on the Elanine time capsule where he's kind of gone off on the deep there. His wife's a little funny though. She got mad at me because I posted Judy's stuff on her page. Apparently, she doesn't like Judy. I don't know what the hell her problem is, but I think she sees a little competition apparently. But yeah, he said he's more than willing to come on, so that's no problem.
Little competition's always healthy, isn't it, mate?
That's what the world runs on, competition, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How do you know Richard then, Judy? What's your what's your association with him?
As far as Robin and Richard?
If you don't mind me asking.
Robin actually contacted me, it's been a couple of months ago now instead of weeks, and had me come on her radio show. I was their regular for a couple of weeks, and the last 3 weeks I haven't been on because I pissed her off, basically because she got into the Occupy where she was glad that they were going to go and present it to the United Nations, and I told her, I said, well, Jesus, the United Nations is part of the problem, not part of the solution, babe. And
is that Dr. Robin?
Yeah, Robin Falco. Robin Falco.
Yes, okay.
She's a very bright woman, and we disagreed a little bit on
Is that
why you know Richard Hoagland, though?
Is that Richard's wife or something?
Yeah, that's the only way I know him at the moment. I've talked to him. I talked to him on the phone several times because when she would call me from her house, sometimes she'd go do the dog. She'd just put him on the phone, so he and I would talk for an hour or two because I always wanted to talk about Mars or Sedona. I didn't agree with him as far as the time capsule. I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised that Elanine could have been something artificial, but I didn't believe it was a 36,000-year-old time capsule. I thought if I really wanted to get a time capsule to the future, there's a hell of a lot easier ways. Well, there's a lot easier ways than to send a thing on a 36,000-year orbit where it could get knocked off any time by a meteor or something. And then he was all sure that the meteor was going to hit the moon too, and I kept telling him, hey, you got two. No,
Mama did that.
He's got 2 whiffs. So he does another one. He strikes out. I said, Jesus, you can't keep going off the deep end on these things. But he's an older guy, and he's trying to get. I think he really misses. I'm being blunt here. I think he kind of misses the glory he had working with Walter Cronkite, and he really did do some excellent work getting people aware of what was going on in Sedona and. Mike Bear and him, who was a McDonnell Douglas guy.
Dark Mission. Dark Mission is an amazing book.
Yeah, and Mike, we can get Mike on too. Mike actually did a lot of the research on that. He was from McDonnell Douglas, and I know him too. And that would be the coolest thing to talk about because now he wants to get into if he wants to get into the torsion energy and all that stuff too. It depends on what you guys want to get into.
Well, him and Jake have a very interesting.
Jake can knock it right off,
Yeah. So
so we can get him on anytime. We'll just have to figure out what's a good time for everybody that wants to ask questions, and then I'll just tell him to be available and have him call in because he loves to talk. Don't worry, he's one of those people. When he and I get on the phone, nobody ever shuts up.
Really?
Yeah, we just talk all over each other. But he's very sharp. And the same thing, Robin is very, very sharp too. It's just her and I disagree with Occupy because I think Occupy. I like the grassroots places and the rural areas. I'm a little bit scared when they just focus on Occupy Wall Street, which she's from New York, so she takes it very personal there. But Occupy Wall Street makes me a little bit nervous. Bloomberg's live-in girlfriend actually is on the board of directors of that private park, Sakati Park. That's a little bit creepy. And Joe Biden's son is the lawyer for the park.
Haven't they just evacuated everybody?
Yeah, they keep doing it back and forth, but I'm actually a little bit concerned. Between that and Oakland, I think there's a lot of provocateurs. There's a lot of effort to make people get violent. And I think they're missing the point because they're just kind of occupying this damn park when I'm like, hey, go occupy the Fed. Go in front of the Bank of America. Go in front of the Fed.
Your common law rights.
And
start fucking them from within and not this pointless occupation thing.
Because what is Wall Street really going to do? They're there.
Yeah.
They make money. They're useless. Isn't our 100-year almost up next for the Federal Reserve, like in 2013 or?
Yeah, it was funded in 1913.
Yeah, but the license comes up in saying that the license comes up for renewal in 2013. So maybe we should get the bandwagon to stop that.
If they go to the Fed, I'll get in the car and I'll go to the Fed, but I'm not going down to sit down on Wall Street. It's too cold for that.
Yeah, and see, this is where I agree with you guys, and I disagree with Robin, because I kept telling her, I said, the other occupies, and I was communicating with the occupies from everywhere from Nova Scotia to Vancouver to Alabama to Brazil. You know, there's occupies all over the world right now. There's even an Occupy China. Those guys are risking their lives. But what I was telling her is, I said, Occupy Wall Street is just scaring all the little grandmas that got money, mutual money funds, you know, money market funds. I said, people that, when you're saying Occupy Wall Street, you don't want to look like you're just anti-capitalism and you're anti, like I said, people's, you know, retirement funds. And I think it moved the focus away from where it belongs, which should be the Fed and maybe, you know, Bank of America and the big banksters, you know, that have actually been doing these decisions. And I told them they should be occupying out in front of all.
Maybe they should next year. We should do a big Occupy Bilderberg.
Right. Oh, yeah, I think that would be excellent. And Occupy outside of all 100 United States senators who are all millionaires.
Bohemian Grove. Let's all go to Bohemian.
Oh, there is actually an effort to. There is actually an effort. It's May when they all start getting together. So there is an Occupy Bohemian Grove. I've got the link on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
So I mean, to me that makes more sense.
There's a picture that was posted on, I think it was Tree Huggers today. There was some Occupy demonstrators. I don't like to call them protesters because I believe in demonstration rather than protest.
I think they should be called, just call them citizens. I don't like being called demonstrators or protesters either. It just sounds like you know.
The people that were there, that were sat on the floor, there was a cop spraying mace in the face. Where was that from?
They're playing that clip right now.
I've got that on my Facebook page, and they've named the guy now who did it. It's a.
It was called Fred, was he?
I've got it. It's a Lieutenant John Pike, and he's doing it at UCD students. And they actually naming him. It's. I've got it on. I had it on my page, and the Anonymous is doing a good job of getting these guys badges and posting who their names are and everything. And the thing on my page even tells you who to contact to ask that this guy get fired. And of course, everybody's told that don't get rude.
Talking about that cop that was spraying the red pepper spray at the line of students.
That's
right. Yeah, I got CNN on mute right now, and they're talking about that right now. And the little caption on the bottom is evictions and arrests take toll on protest movement.
If you go to my page, you got that where it tells you who to contact. But, you know, anybody gets involved with any of these complaints, be polite. You know, you can't be rude and just say the guy's a dick. You got to be saying it's unprofessional and against civil rights. But I've had pictures up, but they were pepper spraying an 85-year-old woman, and there's some pictures of people actually getting bloody and beat up. And it seems to be the cities in California, and also Oregon too. Portland had some violence, and there was a lot of violence attempted in Nashville, but a judge actually stepped in and stopped it in Nashville. He refused to allow anybody to be arrested in Nashville. That's kind of cool. And Lobo did a really good peaceful video of the Occupy, and I've been recommending people do that. And the one really cool guy was out there when Obama got together with a bunch of the cheesy guys out there in Hawaii. He had a bunch of big shots from all over the Asian area. This guy actually got up and sung his Occupy Aloha, and he had a song, and it's really great. I thought it was great. He did it for 40 minutes while these guys were sitting there having their private meal.
But Carolyn, do you think that if this keeps on, they're going to use this to start this martial law?
Absolutely.
Only if people are stupid and react to the provocations with violence.
But it's not even that. They're hiring people to.
They're hiring
profiteers to do it.
That's why I disagreed with. Well, see, that's why I disagree with Robin. That I disagreed with the idea of having this permanent park thing, because I mean that is inviting everybody and their brother, because they're actually taking people from jail in New York and dropping them off there. And whenever they find homeless people, they drop them off there. Though I don't want to call homeless people bad people, because a lot of those people are just foreclosed or unemployed, and people don't have any place else to go, and a lot of veterans that have been screwed up all the way back to Vietnam. But they're deliberately causing these things, and that's where if you have a permanent site, you are kind of inviting, you know, a problem, and then they can even produce vectors in there because they tried to say that there was a problem with possible cholera and all kinds of bullshit.
Well,
so it's like when you do have
Atlanta,
the permanent thing,
tuberculosis broke out.
Well, it turned out not to be true. But see, they can say that. See, they can take somebody sick and put them there, and then all of a sudden you say, "Oh, look, we got TB in the park," So I mean, that is the problem when you have this permanent thing. Where I think it would be more productive if you had like a Monday through or Friday through Monday, let's say, rally. So that Monday and Friday could be on the news, and like I said, go in front of the senators' political offices, all 100 of them. Go in front of the judges. Go in front of the Supreme Court. Go in front of the headquarters of the Homeland Security. Go march in front of the CIA. Go march in front of the Pentagon.
We could just not engage with them.
Well, the only reason the engagement is worthwhile is it is waking up some sheeple. So when they did go to the Fed, it is waking up more Americans because really the majority of Americans still don't know that the Fed is a private bank and actually more largely foreign-owned, which freaks out more Americans. But most Americans still don't know that the Fed is not a part of the government. So some of the Occupy can be useful. Huh?
That's foreign too. The U.S. Post Office is.
Well, now it is, yeah. Originally, what didn't start that way,
all post offices are not in the country that they're in. All post offices are. They're like sovereign territory because they're all actually owned by the Queen.
Yes.
Even the ones in the U.S.
I know.
Because
I think it's actual 2 cents, and it's always supposed to be 2 cents, and then anything above 2 cents goes to the Queen.
Yeah. She still owns the states.
But she owns the bulk of Canada too. I mean, Canada, they actually can. Well, they can actually invalidate. They can actually invalidate laws. The Queen can sit there, and if she doesn't approve of the laws in Canada, she can actually veto them. People in Canada don't even know that. Huh?
She openly owns Canada. She doesn't openly own.
They think
the
they have
States.
a free government.
Yeah,
she can actually veto their laws.
Most people in the United States think that we're free.
Yeah, that's the same in Canada. That's the same in Canada. Most people up here think that I think it was in the 70s that we were given our release from the Queen and now we're a free country, but that's not true. We're still British rule.
Yeah, she can still veto any law she wants. And that's what it's frightening. People don't know this, And that's the one thing that Occupy can do. And I think it's good if it's not. I think it's better if it's like a rallies and stuff like that. And the permanent sites tend to me, I think, is sort of inviting problems. But I don't think they'll use Occupy to get the martial law only if people react violently, which is why I think they keep doing the provocations.
Mexico reset. I think that's probably owned by the King of Spain, King Carlos.
Right, but it's not Queenie, so that's why.
Yeah, but
Mexico's maybe treated a little different. Well, anyway,
Well, if it's owned by the King of Spain, then they're related, so it's all the same family.
Yeah.
Almost everything in Central America is run by the CIA anyway, because of their drug profits. That's why FEMA was caught giving guns and ATF was caught giving guns to the Mexican drug lords. It's because, well, let's face it, the CIA needs as much money as possible.
This week in between San Diego and through the Mexican border, they found that big tunnel with with 18 tons of pot in there.
Yeah,
that's a lot of pot.
That's a lot of pot. Yeah, that would keep me going for quite a time.
That's a lot of pot.
They found one of those in BC that led down in the United States a couple of years ago as well.
Oh yeah, because that BC bud's supposed to be lovely.
Oh, it is.
Have you ever heard of the CIA bud that's got all the paranoia sort of genetically modified out of it?
You just brought up what I was going to say. That's why everybody should grow their own, because that way you don't get some GMA thing and you don't have something that's got paraquat on it and all the. Because
American Beauty, when Kevin Spacey buys the pot off the little guy who sells it next door and his dad's a military guy.
Yeah.
And there's also I was telling someone this last night. There's a film called Swimming to Cambodia. which is about a guy called Spalding Gray who was in the killing fields. And it's his memoirs of making the killing fields, and he says he met this guy on a beach in Thailand who was a CIA operative, and his job was basically to be in a bunker under the sea with his finger on the button, and he was sniffing blue flake cocaine and smoking non-paranoia skunk all the time, so that when the order came he would just press the button. So he didn't have any qualms about pressing the button.
When you're saying skunk, what are you guys referring to when you call it skunk?
Genetically modified marijuana, so it's got a very high taste.
Yeah, it has to smell like, it smells like a skunk. Not that I don't inhale.
It's
but
okay.
People I know.
Not all hydroponics.
No?
No. There's some that's...
It's definitely genetically modified.
It stinks. It smells like a skunk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I think it smells.
Yeah, it smells alright.
Lovely. That smell.
Fly Chick has just rung me on my mobile phone, and she says hello to everybody and big love to everybody.
Hey, Fly Chick.
Big love to the...
I missed her voice. I missed her voice this week.
Well, she'll be back next week, I'm sure, so stay tuned.
She did a wonderful job with Judy, and so did you, Sonic. You did a great job with that.
Say that again, Reset?
I was just asking if you maybe wanted to give a impression of her voice or something to tide over Greta.
I think we've probably both got quite deep voices. She's got quite a soft voice. And thank you, Carolyn, for that lovely little gesture there, saying that the show was really good.
Yeah.
I thought it was excellent. And, I put it out on the Facebook thing saying, now this is really free speech, because, here's a renowned researcher and author and spokesperson that's discussing the evidence of 9/11, and anybody could have talked to her, anybody who called in. Got a chance to say something. And I mean, you can't find that anywhere else. This is really real free speech. This is for real,
This is the lounge. We're just hanging out, man.
Yeah, but I mean, who gets to hang out with people like that? I mean, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Hey, can I throw out an idea? I wish I could have. I didn't want to, throw it out last week, but I'm going to actually send her a note. I actually want to ask her, because I was talking to a buddy of mine, Eddie Dudek. I wish he'd call in, but he's too shy. But we were talking about the towers, and I don't even want to talk about the towers much today because I so many other issues with 9/11. But think about it. There were explosions. You know how everybody sees the slanted cut steel girders that make people think that, okay, it was brought down by demolition, the towers, and they find the thermite on those girders, and that just breeds that theory. Think about it. If we were talking about how the fact that the stuff that was grounded was not damaged as much, if before the effect was done on the towers, if you use that and you cut the girders, you break the grounding of the upper floors, which might be why the upper 80 plus.
Caroline, look at the bowling ball, the billiard ball theory. That.
You see what I'm saying,
part
though?
in the book. That rules that right out, because that will still take more than 9 seconds to fall. So
yeah.
That theory.
No. I mean, I'm not saying. I don't think they cut the girders at all to have it bring down. But I'm saying if you cut the girders, but if you cut the girders, you sever the grounding of the floors above, which then makes the floors above more susceptible to the effect.
Into each other, and that didn't happen.
No. It's got nothing to do with collapse.
Too fast for that.
Electrical grounding.
Right. It's got nothing to do with having it fall. It's making the upper floors more vulnerable to the effect.
Steve, you may have a little to drink by now, and so his Scottish nature comes out.
Okay. Remember the cars that had the tires on them?
Yeah.
They weren't grounded, so the energy affected it more. What she's talking about is that they may have blasted some of the girders to stop the grounding of the electricity, so it would have more of an impact. The energy beam, or whatever it was.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. He said
I do beg your pardon. Yay! It's just the thermite thing always kind of like,
Well, you couldn't She brings up
You
the
wouldn't have.
thermite.
You couldn't have done. You couldn't have done what they did to the towers with just demolition. But that's what you explained it even better. That's what I was trying to say. That it just broke the connection, the electrical connection.
You couldn't have done it with demolition.
No, but it was like he was saying. I was just thinking that possibly that you might want to break that electrical grounding connection of because the upper floors, and that's why maybe like how if you notice the bottom floors, there's still some of the metal that didn't get impacted.
There's still a bit of them there. Yeah. Fair enough. I apologize, Carl.
That's all right. I'll just have to slap you. I'll just have to slap you. That's all
right. A knee slap.
No, I'm gonna go for the fanny. I'm going for the real. You know.
A fanny over here.
Yeah. He hasn't got.
I don't have one.
He hasn't got one.
I got some good funny pictures up on my Facebook page. I need to get these over on Friend of Field. We need to have an easier way to bring them over. Huh?
Do you want to hear something funny, Carolyn?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Has he gone? Oh, no.
That didn't work. Liam Lynch, United States or whatever, fantastic.
I
that was
love
a great
that.
tune.
Oh, I love that. That made my day right there.
Yeah, just sort of lighten the mood there.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give me that link. I have to put that on the iPod.
It's only 1 minute and 28 seconds long, so you have to put it on multiple times.
I will.
That came out a few weeks.
That would even be your ringtone.
Yeah.
Well, he done several versions of it. It's originally about sort of meeting little crappy pop stars like Britney Spears and stuff like that. And just
yeah, that's the version I heard. I was wondering where that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the same guy. It's Liam Lynch who did the original. Who did this? But
Is that some relation to David?
Oh, hope so. Yeah. That'd be weirder than that.
Because he's just done an album, hasn't he?
Has he? He's done a couple of albums with Angelo Bartolotti, is it?
No, but he's done an album with like some like electronic dudes.
Oh right, okay.
Recently.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've done it. If we want to hear resets, loaded up a load of great music. Do you want to play some of them resets?
Yeah, you could do that up.
Which one do you fancy?
Let's see here.
Killing Pigeons in the Park, or?
I was thinking about that. I don't know. That one's kind of dark.
Oh, what thingy Von Braun? That one.
Yeah, it's one of those two.
Yeah, right. Where is
it? That's in Vox Popular Artists, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. This is Werner Von Braun by Tom Leather, is it?
Leader.
Yeah.
And what is it that put America in the forefront of the nuclear nations? And what is it that will make it possible to spend $20 billion of your money to put some clown on the moon?
Great stuff on.
Yes, thank you very much, my friend.
Apart from Michael Jackson, Earth Song, what's all that about?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Is that your guilty pleasure?
Did you catch the lyrics of that one?
Yeah.
It's pretty much on par with They Don't Care About Us there towards the end.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
I personally think Michael Jackson was he was a genius, although very strange, and I don't really know whether or not to believe half of what was said about him.
Have you watched Music in the Illuminati?
Yeah,
the
music
have you
industry.
seen since he's died, he never allowed any shows to use his music or the Beatles, and now since he's died, all these American Idols and X Factor.
I don't know. He allowed the Beatles to be used for Nike, and Paul McCartney got pissed off at him for that. He said, "That's his thing." But anyway, have you ever seen the Illuminati in the music business video documentary?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, watch that, man! It's fantastic. Right at the end of the whole Michael Jackson sort of
it's called The Music Industry Exposed. Rain Man.
Yes.
Who is Rain Man? Yeah. The Michael Jackson thing at the end is fascinating.
Yeah.
Would you guys want to do a show on Michael Jackson? We could get Deepak Chopra and Uri Geller, who knew him, on the show if you want to talk about it, because he was murdered.
Of course, Caroline. No way, Uri Geller.
Deepak Chopra.
Yeah, because I was
Uri Geller.
Yeah, I was communicating with Uri Geller, and with Deepak Chopra the day that they announced his death, and everybody that knew him closely knew that Michael Jackson was murdered because he was in great health. I mean, he was silly like Elvis.
But
and
did you hear on the during the trial, LaToya Jackson was saying, she said, watch the Illuminist. What's that movie? The Illusionist.
Oh yeah, with the.
She says everything is not what it seems. Watch the Illusionist, everybody. But we all know. First of all, it doesn't even take a nurse, but that whole trial was a sham. I can't even believe that this man only got 4. Even though I don't think it was just him, but to only give him 4 years.
Well, he was a
insane.
patsy. He was a patsy. If you look into his,
but he was along with it too. He was along with the program. He didn't think he was going to get caught. He didn't think he was going to take the blame for it. But he was ordering 200 and some gallons of propofol. Come on now.
Well, they got him addicted to that, but the thing is, that doctor shouldn't even have had a license, okay? They tried to take his license away in the other 3 places he'd been, and the guy who was sponsoring Michael Jackson's comeback tour is actually a real crazy right-wing religious nut. And so it's amazing that this guy actually, why would he be sponsoring someone who had been accused of being a pedophile? So, I mean, the whole thing was fishy from the beginning.
It made more money with him dead than with the.
Right.
You know how many billions of dollars and millions of dollars that Michael Jackson was worth, and now that he's dead, it goes right to them.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
They're even saying some of the families
right.
was involved.
He was a wild card, and this way they got the money because they still have tons of his stuff they haven't released yet that he recorded, so they're going to be able to make money off of him for the next couple decades.
And he started going live too. Before he died, he started telling people about it too. He did that big interview about Sony calling Tony the devil.
Yeah.
Well, he wanted to bring out the child molesting. He wanted to bring out the child molesting in Hollywood and music too, because both him and Randy, the youngest brother, his father farmed them out to several of the big shots in the music industry. That's where he got so screwed up.
Yeah.
He was molested a lot as a kid, and that's why.
Molested them too.
Well, that's why Elizabeth.
No, not the child molesting bit, but the releasing the music after you've died. That's now happening with Amy Winehouse. They've just suddenly found that she did a secret album, and now they've just released the first tune. Yeah, from that. So she's going to be worth more dead than she is alive.
No, and that's what Michael Jackson was spending his money, and like I said, he was coming out telling the truth. And
but they're also saying that a lot of people are saying that they believe these people were eating their organs to get some type of, high, like their brain.
They're all baby eaters.
Their pituitary.
Those kids that disappeared in Canada didn't all die of diseases, that the Queen took back to England, I mean, these people are bragging about being related to the Vlad Impaler in Transylvania, so we're talking about people that have been drinking blood and bathing in blood and eating baby organs and pineal glands for eons. That goes back to the Mayans eating hearts and body parts, and the Egyptians did the same thing. So
I've just lent Steve a book called it's by Jim Keith. It's called Secrets Suppressed, and it's a bunch of different essays on loads of different subjects. Like there's some stuff on JFK there, but there's a really interesting piece where it goes into the initiation process of priests back in the day, and they were called Cohens, which is where the Jewish name Cohen comes from. I think they may be in Egyptian priests, and their initiation process was basically they stood in a pit naked over a grate. Whilst a child was killed over the top, and then they were drenched in the blood. Now, this summer, we went to this big church in France, which is like on a little island just outside. There's like a causeway that goes to it, but now there's like a road. They've built up the road, and it's on like this rock, and it's called Le Mont Saint-Michel. And we looked around the church, and we went through into this chamber, and we found one of these grates. And if you didn't know what it was for, you just think, oh, that's quite decorative. And later on in the, we were looking in the, the material that they give you, and it was saying that the local people used to bring their children to the church for, study, and then they'd never be seen again. Yeah, very odd.
Well, when they were digging this last, 18 months ago in Rome to put in a new part of the subway, they came up with an underground area that had, they estimate, between 3,000 and 5,000 babies in it.
Oh, God.
Baby bodies, obviously, bones and stuff.
Yeah.
And they originally tried to write it off and said that, well, it must have been where they did abortions. But I don't. The amount of
Catholics doing abortions. What's that about?
Well,
no, because there isn't any. Well, abortions, they only do them to like 12 weeks, and there is no bone. It's all
I agree.
Freaking tissue.
They just tried to write it off because they didn't want to say that these were children sacrificed. Just like in Ben Franklin's flat, outside of London, they found all those kids all carved up, and you can tell when somebody's been sacrificed. It's a little bit different than Yeah,
because he was part of the Hellfire Club, wasn't he? With the
here's a sick son of a bitch. Yeah, he was a sick bastard.
Yeah. And helped orchestrate the French Revolution, I think.
And here we're supposed to admire this guy. I grew up admiring this guy. I think Ben Franklin's Almanac, Holy crap,
he invented spectacles, didn't he? Wow.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he invented them, but he made the modern kind. Because I mean, they've found glasses in ancient, in various eras of China and other areas too. But I mean, the modern glasses we owe to him, I guess.
Woohoo! So he gave us glasses, but took the lives of loads of kids.
Yeah, if you like, I think I'd give up my glasses to keep them from banging little kids. I mean, good God.
But I wonder about did they ever find anything else about that cute little girl that was missing when her parents?
The
one with
Madeleine McCann.
Yeah.
No, she's gone.
No, she's eaten.
She, I think that, I don't remember cast aspersions, actually.
Because wasn't her parents doctors or something?
Yeah, they were attached to the medical profession sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think they were quite dodgy.
No, we don't want to sort of say, but they don't seem that great, her parents. I mean, they left her alone in a house in a foreign country.
Yeah, they act like it was okay.
It's not what parents do, believe me, it's not what parents do, but...
You sure?
Yeah. They come on like TV, kids that young, I personally wouldn't do it.
No. But the way that they explained it, that everybody does it.
Nah, everybody doesn't do it. Really, they don't, basically.
It's just amazing that it was blonde. She was blonde hair, and those beautiful eyes.
There's like
a queen at her.
There's like a couple kids a week go missing in St. Louis, where I'm moving from. That's one of the biggest places for them grabbing kids. I mean, that is such a huge scandal of grabbing kids. It's not even funny. And what's really sick is how many of them are found sometimes 10 years later. They've just been abused for all that time. I mean, the poor bastard doesn't have a chance to have a normal life, even if you get him out of there. I mean, it's just gotten it's really like an epidemic. I mean, David Icke does an excellent job of trying to expose some of that stuff.
Yeah, and
it's one, and even Alex Jones does a good job of trying. That's one of the things that got me the death threats in St. Louis is when I foolishly, I was trying to help some friends who got abused by some priests, and I did the research, and it was able to prove a lot of big names were tied. They would use the little school books, pick the little boys out, and invite them to be altar boys at these retreats. And these big rich guys from the Walker family, as in George Walker Bush, and Anheuser's, and some other big names. They were basically showing up at these retreats and abusing these kids, and that's when the death threats really got nuts, huh?
Recently on Red Ice, Henrik has had Nick Bryant on talking about his book about the Franklin scandal.
That'd be good. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Well, I sent you the link, Colin. You should.
So
I love Red Ice.
He was talking about is it Lawrence King and the whole didn't he have like a credit union thing, and he was starting like 40 million out, and then in the process of investigating that, they found like this massive paedophile ring where they were sending kids to various senators and things like that, and later on these kids were coming out, but because they'd been hooked on drugs and coming out against senators and chief of polices, they were like they didn't really have the credibility to be taken seriously, or their credibility was taken away by the fact that they'd been hooked on drugs to get them to perform all these sex acts on high-ranking senators and officials. So it's an ugly situation, and
on a positive note, I'm all over Friend of Freeman reminding people to call in. So we got more people listening. People forgot it. People are still trying to remember the times these things are on. We got to get everybody. I'm lousy with watches and clocks too. We need to get up.
I changed the times on the thing this afternoon because I went through the time zones on my computer and realised that it wasn't 2, 5, and 9. It was 9 o'clock here. But 4 o'clock, it's like New York time, and 3 o'clock your time, and like 1 o'clock Lobo's time. So yeah.
2 o'clock my time.
2 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
So you're the other one that I got right. So you and us.
Cool.
Excellent.
I don't know what time the JFK shows. You guys will have to give me all good ideas, because Judy, when I talk to her tomorrow, I have to do. It's really crazy, dude. It's all really cloak and dagger crap too. I got to change my email every day to talk to her, and it's like I have to go through about all these different crap to get to her. I used to work on nuclear weapons. You didn't use this much shit to get to people. It's crazy, but she's actually in Europe. I can't say where, but I mean, setting up the time zone, time frame, whatever. If we do all 3 days, if she can't do all 3 days, we'll fill it with other people too. Like I said, there's all kinds of people that are available. We can bring in, because we can even get Douglas Dietrich if you want. He knows all about the Japanese use of nuclear weapons actually during the war, and his theory is actually that Japan and the United States sued for peace together because they actually blackmailed the United States with their own nuclear weapons. There's a whole lot of stuff about that. He was the guy that was actually the librarian at the Presidio who was in charge of destroying documents, and instead of destroying all the documents, which went all the way back to the Spanish-American War and to the American invasion of the Philippines, he actually pocketed a bunch and took a bunch home, and now he's kind of like spilling the beans. We might as well talk to him before he gets snuffed. So I have to bring him on too. Well, we need to bring on some positive people. We got some permaculture people too that want to come on, and I got a really neat guy that can teach everything about. Everybody needs to grow any kind of exotic plant. This guy's in the Midwest and growing bananas and palm trees and all kinds of cool stuff too. So we can do some positive stuff too. And you can't just do the negative, or you start to freak out.
Yeah, and just a shout out to Ange. Where are you, mate? I've not seen you on Friends of Freeman for a while.
She's busy, probably getting
kids.
Well, no, wasn't she just buying a bit of land, and that's all was happening, wasn't it?
Okay.
So her and her husband are probably busy setting all that up. So.
Okay, well, we should just...
But we love you, Ange.
Yeah, we love you, Ange.
We love you big time.
Yeah.
I seen her, she posted something on Facebook a couple days ago, just a quick thing or something, so she's still around.
Excellent.
I bet she's just busy.
Yeah, she's just busy. But, we love you, Ange.
And anybody
crazy little one-eyed creatures.
Yeah. Did you mention Critter Show already?
Yeah.
Anybody on Friends of Freeman that want to be on on Facebook too? Because I post tons and tons of stuff. If anybody hasn't seen yet, on Facebook, and
Yeah,
people get frightened.
Yeah, our friends.
Yeah, people get
Yeah, you're
freaked
filling
out.
up our pages.
Yeah, people bitch I screw up their email, but it's like, hey, they can just turn it off. They don't have to. They can just look.
But you're doing some really good promotion for Sonicadia, so keep it up, Carolyn.
Oh, we just keep having. And you got to talk about your CD, hon. You haven't mentioned your CD again yet.
You seen the aliens talking about Sonic's CD?
Yes.
Go on the Space War news page and you'll see the aliens are very much in favour of Sonic's music.
Yeah.
As we all are.
Well,
I like your stuff though.
And when is it going to come out? What's the name again, Sonic?
the French. It's called the Friendship Agenda because it's got all us on there, and it will be coming out on a record label called Satarek, and I think it's just being mastered at the moment. So I think it'll probably be maybe January, February when it'll actually get released. So that'll be on Beatport and iTunes and Juno Download and various other download sites. And it's not just me. It's called it's because it's got everybody on there. It's called Sonicadia and the Type 1 Artists. So I'm just incorporating everybody into that message there. But I've been getting a lot of really good response from the little mix I put out there. Yeah, everybody is loving the message. So we're obviously doing a sterling job at the friendshipagenda.com. So,
yeah, and now we got Warren Allman giving us the heads up. Did you see the new little?
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
That's really funny.
What's that?
Warren Thingy, the guy in the front page.
Oh right, oh yeah.
Go make some friends.
Oh no, Dan Fogel.
They're calling him Warren Allman because I believe that's the character in the movie.
Okay.
All right.
But we all know who it really is. But
Yeah.
I know Freeman's corrected a couple people saying, no, that's Warren.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically Dan, right? Dan Fogler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah. So we have got to get Dan on the show.
Yeah, that
would be awesome.
Yeah.
We got to get David Icke on the show. That's what we need to get on.
Well, I mean, he doesn't live that far from here.
He doesn't have a light, yeah, he lives not
But
far.
I think
David Icke doesn't live far from you?
No.
He lives
I
about.
want to have his baby. I think he's hot.
Fitek's been on a couple of retreats with him.
He's about
my
50
God.
miles away.
I know he's got a girlfriend, but I want to have his baby. I think the guy's hot.
Probably nothing left in there.
I think he might.
I think he would be fun. I think.
You guys know what he did before he did all this?
Well, he was a soccer player.
Yeah, man, he was a sports presenter, and he used to really take the piss out of the,
He was. Well, he started off being like a goalkeeper.
Yeah, he played. No, it was Coventry.
Coventry.
He played in goal for a soccer team professionally.
He got arthritis. That's why his hands are all fucked up.
Oh,
yeah, he got arthritis at the age of 21.
Yeah.
I see some of his shows where he was saying he was Jesus in the beginning, right?
No, on the Wogan show?
That was just that one
you know
interview.
about that? Yeah, that was dreadful.
Yeah.
That really was dreadful, yeah.
But you know what? He turned that around because he said, hey, this taught me to not be afraid what other people laugh at you or say about you. That, you know?
He didn't say he was Jesus, Rita. He said he was the God's head.
Yeah.
Oh, Godhead, okay.
Which he is, and we all are.
Right, yeah, he was just at that news stage, and he was just kind of babbling it off, and he didn't come. It came out really just
He just
bad.
come out
Like
of
you
a
said,
very,
he learned
very
from
heavy-duty ayahuasca trip, so you can forgive him that.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that Wogan had him on his show again?
Yeah, that was cool.
He done a revisited thing, and he apologised to him.
Yeah, that was
yeah, Wogan did.
Chick actually came up with something interesting the other day, saying that when Terry Wogan used to do his radio show, he was always dissing global warming and climate change. He was always saying what a lot of shit that is.
And now it is a lot of shit. Well,
Yeah.
it's now come out that it's a lot of shit. We all knew that.
We all knew it was, yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, no. Anyway, we're coming up to the end of the show of the live broadcast.
We have one.
We've got 1 minute.
We've got 90 seconds left.
We could play Liam Lynch again. Do you fancy that? And find it.
Were you saying?
We can play that Liam Lynch track again if you like.
Yeah, the George Bush, whatever.
Oh yes, I like
Yeah.
that.
King, 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 king.
That's not very frog.
We're now into the podcast situation. So, Carolyn, you're back on the line.
I'm
here. Yeah. So that was Liam Lynch and the United States of whatever.
Yeah, that's not very politically correct, is it?
Not really.
Which I'm very glad you played it. I hate that term, politically correct, because I'm tired of it, man.
Yeah. Well, that does more damage than anything does.
Yeah, that's thought police.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Words are just words, and if they affect you, it's in your head.
Exactly my sentiment, Darren.
Is
Sorry,
that Lenny Bruce said that?
Oh, I'm not sure, but it just makes sense to me.
That's all that matters, there.
Yeah, speaking of which, guys, remember last week we were talking with Akin or Gene?
Yeah.
And he was talking about meta-izing people while he finished up my black and white of my meta character. So I posted it on the Friends of Freeman. So it's awesome, man. I got chills.
He's done with mine. Well, he did my sketch house.
On your page, on your profile.
Yeah, it's. I think if you just go to the home page, I posted it just recently, so it should be right up on
so
the
I'll
home
have
page.
to look.
And it is
I'm
awesome. Like I'm telling you, there's some.
Oh wow!
There's some talent, boy.
I think I'm the first girl he's done so far. Or is he?
Wow.
Wait a minute, that doesn't sound right.
Hey, he's got the body right, eh?
Oh,
I wish my abs die. And he kept one of my tattoos on the armband with I got some runes on armband.
Oh yeah.
Carolyn, did you go on the page and see this?
Where are we at here? Where at?
If you go to the Friendship Agenda,
I'm on there now. Yeah, I'm on there now talking. I'm chatting with a bunch of people here. Where am I going?
Go to the home page.
Just the home page.
And I posted the photo that Gene drew, my meta character. He says he's doing the color now, so.
Oh, that is going to look fucking fantastic.
Yeah. I know. When I first saw it, I got chills, man. I was like, oh, yeah, that is so cool. I've never been drawn by
what's
people.
your special power?
It's going to have to do with the long hair thing, probably.
Is that a snake I see coming out of you, though?
Yeah,
or is that your tattoo?
No,
I gotta see this.
Yeah.
All right, where am I looking at, guys? Where am I looking at to see this?
If you go to the home page.
I'm on the home page.
Just scroll down a bit, and you'll see a black and white picture.
John, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, it just says I uploaded a new photo.
Wow.
Very good, yeah.
He's the
Oh,
main
there it is. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he took one of my photographs.
You got an 8-pack. Let me see. One.
No, it's a 12-pack, man.
Yeah.
The double 6-pack.
I can hardly wait for the color, man. It's going to rock.
So are you guys requesting these, or are they just drawing?
Yeah, just.
So you send them to him?
Drop him a line, and he'll do one up for you when he gets a chance.
Oh, see, you were not last time, Reset, when we all...
You've got a picture of you on your page with Freeman, haven't you?
Who?
Yeah, it's from earlier this year.
Yeah, do you see the one I've got on my home page where I've got Freeman's got his arm around me?
Around the top.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that.
You, is it?
Yeah, well, I took your picture at first and I couldn't do it with yours for some reason.
The way that you've got that hand is just amazing.
What I really liked was you at Reset's house on his bookcase.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Reset talks to me every morning because I go online for like an hour before I go to work. And Reset always pops me up in the chat room sort of thing. So, and we've always collaborated. Or rather, I've always stole his stuff and done stuff.
I dig it though, man. I dig it all.
Oh, well, you're organised.
I just saw the bookshelf.
I've basically got your organite in a folder now that just gets pulled out when I need it.
Yeah.
That's always there, yeah.
That Bugs Bunny is wicked with on the organite.
Yeah. You Occupy the Rabbit Hole, that was for, Steve the Sign Guy and Brett. I've got a website. Have you seen this yet?
No.
They've got a website called Occupy the Rabbit Hole.
No, I went there and they had
outside, and it's a chip-in. It's a chip-in thing to raise money.
Or something.
Yeah, they're going to do bumper stickers and T-shirts.
Just for us, like Brits, like, are bumper stickers like really like quite big out there?
Really, what?
Are they big bumper stickers? Because like you get that advert on is it American Freedom Radio or Oracle where they're like you've had this and you've had that, but you forgot bumper stickers.
Yeah. Here, about 12 inches by 3 inches. So
yeah.
Overly large or anything, but
no, not big. I mean, are they like? Does everybody have
popular?
them? Are they popular?
No, they don't. Only the rednecks have them. Really.
Yeah, and I don't know. Usually, when you find a car that has a bumper sticker, they'll usually have 4 or 5 on their cars.
Exactly.
So Brett and Steve, the sign guy, are selling like they're hitting the redneck market.
But if it had the right thing on it, I would probably stick it on my vehicle. But it's just one of those things. That's like out in Canada here, Saskatchewan, one of the provinces. Everybody puts these running boards on cars, and there's a purpose behind it because all the roads are gravel, and they protect your car from getting beat up from all the gravel.
Right.
But then when you sell it out of province, everybody knows, hey, that car came from Saskatchewan, because you just don't put running boards on a car, man. You just don't do it. So we get them all the time. You see them all the time. They got these steel running boards on like Hondas and station wagons, and and it's just one of those things. You go, oh, that's a Saskatchewan car. But it's the same idea with the bumper stickers. I mean, we see more of the I've been to California, or I've been to Hawaii, or those travel stickers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That the campers.
Yeah. We get that here. Yeah.
Your car's too nice to put bumper stickers on, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just lovely the way it is.
You're horny. Is that what you've got in yours now? Tumbleweed moment.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no stickers on my car. In fact, I took all the names of the manufacturer off it as well. So it's just got no names on it.
It's just a dude car now.
Yeah.
Go and reset.
I was just going to say, I had one bumper sticker, and I didn't put it on the outside of my car because, I don't know, kind of like you're getting at, why would you want to stick something like that on the outside of your vehicle? It's going to be really hard to get off.
Yeah.
But I taped it on the inside of the rear window is where I had it. And there's a radio station in the area called 93X, and they have, their thing is they have this bumper sticker that says 93X rocks. And I took it and cut out a couple of the letters and was able to change it around to make it say 93X sucks. I don't know if anyone actually noticed it. It might have been a little hard to read through the window, but I don't know.
Well done, my friend.
Cool.
Type 1 contribution. Maybe I'll try and get that on the Type 1 artist page or something.
Well, you still got it?
Yeah, I still got it somewhere.
You still got the car?
No, the bumper sticker.
Got rid of the car, got the bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you taped it on, then you don't. Because I take it you peel the back off the bumper stickers, yeah.
Yeah.
No. I didn't actually put it on the vehicle. I taped it.
Oh, I know that's what I'm saying. You put sticky tape on, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Retta, have you sent Gene a picture to get messaged?
Yeah, he sent me a message on Skype. He texted and said he got the outline done or something like that. He said. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I think I was just online earlier, and he just happened to text me really quick, and he sent me the file right away. So I was like, cool, yeah, awesome.
You know
I just got lucky.
I need to send my picture to Freighter X to see if I could become a turtle.
Ooh.
As
already are a turtle in that one photo. What is that about anyway? What is that thing?
It's a Masonic drinking club, apparently.
No, I get that. Retta's got this picture where she's inside of a turtle laying on her stomach.
So what is that about?
I'm baffled.
I was at the aquarium.
Oh, I thought it was some sort of carnival game or something.
No, I was at the aquarium in Virginia.
Oh, so that's not one of your pastimes then.
Ninja Turtle.
If anybody watched The Housewives, it was turtle time. Here we are. Well, I just seen somebody went on my page. I heard Marley.
That was us.
That's
and
you in the tunnel.
I'm
yeah,
bouncing
that's me,
all
the
over.
turtle.
Excellent.
We've got a turtle in Brighton who's in the Sea Life Centre, and her name is Lulu, and she's amazing.
Yeah, but at the moment the Sea Life Centre has just been revamped, so all the animals have been relocated to various places around the
Lulu's gone.
Yeah, but they're all coming back. There was.
So hang on a second, Retta, what are you doing there?
I went inside the turtle shell. I was becoming a tortoise.
Or a turtle.
A turtle.
Tortoises are a little smaller than that.
I was like that.
And unless you're quite small yourself, I don't want to be sizes.
That's a great picture, though, but it's very, very odd.
I don't know what I was thinking. I was actually sober, too.
And newest thing in camping gear, huh?
Yeah. Take your own home.
The newest thing in astral projection. The latest astral projection shell.
Yeah. The shield.
And what's that hanging up? There's a thing hanging up that looks like a bag of balls or something.
That's my superhero costume.
Yeah, man. Turtle girl.
What there? Right.
What's the thing hanging up, Retta?
The what?
There's a thing on the right hand side of the picture. There's a bag of balls.
Like above your feet.
There's something hanging off my feet?
No. Above your feet on the wall.
Let me go see. Hold
It's
on.
like a net bag full of balls or something.
like a ping pong ball.
Is that the eggs you just laid?
Did I take somebody's ball? I don't know. Hold on.
Well, you know how in the Galapagos the turtles come out of the sea and they lay eggs? Is that what you just did?
Oh, maybe I laid some eggs. I never noticed that.
How did you get them up there? Did you shoot them out?
Have you been to Thailand?
Turtle spider.
Yeah.
I think I had an accident.
You coughed a little too much.
That's a hell of a picture.
That damn smoking. And I had I had a big tan right there too. I'm like 5 shades darker than I normally am.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, you got really small ankles as well, haven't you?
I do. I really do.
Pardon me for really studying the picture.
I see. That was a problem when I used to run track. I used to twist my ankles all the time.
I'm surprised you could run in them. They look like they would snap.
I got big thighs though.
Yeah, tiny.
Oh, small.
Calves. I got some big calves though.
Oh.
But did all the muscle from your ankles got to your calves? Yeah. Oh, I can see your calves. Yeah, there.
He's saying wow.
I see. They noticed everything in the picture. I never noticed the balls.
Yeah. That was the second thing I noticed after the ankles.
Oh, did you read it? It says the sea turtle's family life.
Where? Say that.
On the poster on the back.
Yeah.
I can't see the poster.
So those are my babies.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't know what
But
happened.
that's what sea turtles' eggs look like.
Took them.
No. They play ping pong.
Yeah. Great picture though. Yeah, I shouldn't talk, because I don't put any pictures of me on the page, and I should really. Maybe I'll get a meta done and post it.
Yeah, because, it kind of sucks when you talk to someone all the time and you have no idea what they look like.
Yeah. Well, I'm really ugly, so.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Not
That's all a
everybody
matter
can
of
be as
opinion.
sexy as Darren.
Yeah, that's true. I'm married to a very beautiful woman, so
I find it strange that he sent Gene the picture with him with no shirt on.
No, I just told Gene to go to my Facebook page or my Friends of Freeman page. He picked the picture, so.
Lots of pictures down on there.
Yeah, there's just a picture of me standing there. I used to have a snake, and actually, since I moved, I had to get rid of him. But I had it for 14, 15 years. They lived to be quite old, so I passed him on to a young kid just recently, and he's happy with it. So.
Yeah.
What kind of snake was it?
It was a royal python, or ball python, everybody calls them.
Wow, that's cool.
Was it quite large then at 15 years old?
No, it was a male, and it was about 4 feet long.
All right.
And he was about, I don't know, he wasn't very big, though. He was a runt. That's why I picked him.
Excellent.
And,
A snake runt, huh?
Yeah.
Did you start
You got a picture of him up there?
dead mice in your house, Darren?
Rats, yeah, frozen rats. Yeah, you buy them and then you just stick them in the
Yeah, well, I stayed with a guy who had quite a large monitor lizard, and he used to buy packs of frozen mice.
Yeah, right on styrofoam, just like you buy your meat.
Yeah, completely like, and the house we used to have to take this key to like the electric store and buy credit for your electricity. Are you familiar with that?
Well, I've heard of it, but...
Yeah, well, because it was a big shared house and all the people didn't really know each other sort of thing. So the deal was you took this key to the thing, and obviously it would run out at times, and quite a lot of times the people would go away for the weekend and there'd be no power. So you come back on Monday morning and the freezer had defrosted, and these mice would just be stinking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And they do stink, too, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It'd be like defrosted for the whole weekend. Maybe the power ran out on Friday.
Hey, where do you get those? I got a couple of people I'd like to leave them at their house. Where do you get those?
I'm sure the reptile pet store or the...
There we go. All right.
I remember when I was working in at this summer camp in Alabama years ago. They had like a snake room, and they had I think it was
terrarium, is it?
A 3-year-old python, and at that age it was already 11 feet long. It took 7 people to hold it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that probably was a reticulated python.
Yes, I think it was. Yeah,
But
but then in the room he had like brown snakes, loads of rattlesnakes, cobras. Yeah, it was a fucking crazy little room.
Yeah, I personally used to be afraid of snakes, and then I was kind of went through this phase where I was trying to get rid of all my fears, so I went and bought a snake for a pet. Mm-hmm. And I actually really am amazed by them now. And
they're
really,
incredible.
They're amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a buddy that had one that was, man, that thing had to be 20-some feet long.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
And it was big around as me, and it weighed over 200 pounds. It was the biggest snake I've ever seen in my life.
Holy moly.
And I asked him one time, like, what do you feed a snake like that? And he goes, yeah, I just go to the Hutterites and they slaughter a full-grown pig for me. And I just take it home and the thing eats it. And then it doesn't eat for 3 months. Right?
Yeah. It's just a big
Holy
bump.
crap.
Yeah, they eat, that's the thing people don't realize with snakes. They can go up to 2 years without eating.
Yeah.
So
That's a fast and a half.
And I'll bet did its jaws detach and all that as well?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I got pictures and video footage of feeding it and stuff, and it was
put
great.
That out?
I'd have to hunt it down, I guess.
You can get there is a one you can. I can't remember if it's Python jaw detach. You just type into YouTube, and you just see this thing's jaw detaching and it taking like a lamb, like a baby sheep.
Wait, so we need to get some of these for the sanctuary. So if anybody really pisses us off, we can just throw them in the snake dome.
Yeah,
get rid of them. This could be good.
Just like Angelina Jolie's dad in Anaconda. What's his name?
John Boyd.
John Boyd, yeah.
He's got an anaconda.
No, have you seen the movie Anaconda when he gets eaten by an anaconda? That's brilliant.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've ever seen an anaconda, but there was one at the Vancouver Aquarium.
Right.
I was there years ago, and man, it could eat 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
That's how big they get.
The thing is, the faces look kind of the most human out of all the snakes, I think. Do you know what I mean? The way their eyes are set in their head.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of faces as humans.
Yeah. Try going your whole life without. Go ahead, Carol.
I said, does it kind of remind you of the Queen? What?
Yeah.
No, I said a human, Caroline.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, they might be related. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Try and go your whole life without being able to blink or close your eyes.
Yeah.
I think that's
what
Prince
snakes
Philip.
do.
Yeah, they just sit there all the time with their eyes open, don't they?
Always, yeah. Always, eyes are always open. They got no eyelids.
Even when they sleep, they don't close their eyes.
They have no eyelids.
How does the cobra shoot its poison, Darren? Do you know? Does it come out from behind its eyes?
No.
The spitting cobra?
No, they shoot it right out of the fangs.
Right out of the mouth, out of the fangs, right, wow.
Yeah, like a hypodermic.
Yeah, they have little muscles that can squeeze the...
Is there any reptile that shoots from its eyes? Or am I just...
I've actually heard of a lizard that shoots blood from its eyes.
Right, is that one?
Oh.
Yeah, as a defense. It squirts blood.
Yeah.
Well, freak you out.
Which would freak anybody out, right?
Fucking A.
Wouldn't it make somebody hungry? Wouldn't it make the people hungry? Not the people, but the other animals. They shoot blood at it.
I don't know. You know, nature does what works, so I guess it worked.
I guess it depends on what's in the blood.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Did you get to know these snakes well? I was going to say, I've had rattlesnake. It tastes pretty good. I've had rattlesnake stew and some hamburger.
Yeah, it is good.
Burgers.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
rattlesnake burgers is really good.
You got to figure if you own land, which would you rather have, a couple of rattlesnakes or 1,000 or 100,000 mice? You know.
None either.
Yeah.
I got cats, so
I'll
it's
become
not
a
an issue.
vegetarian.
I'm talking, you know, like as far like here's a good example in Calgary. Years ago, they had cats become illegal to let outside, so you can't let all cats are house cats here. You can't let your cats outside. It's against the law.
What? Why?
Well,
because sneak out. Cats sneak out.
Well,
they have a mind of their own.
Sure, we still got wild ones, and people do still let them out. But basically, if a cat comes on your land and pees in your garden, you can call the SPCA and they'll take it away. And all cats are indoor cats. But now the problem we have in Calgary is we have a problem with too many squirrels and too many mice. Mm-hmm. So, and they're everywhere. They're in everybody's garages. The squirrels are everywhere, but nobody lets their cats. So,
what kind of squirrels, Darren? Grey or red?
A little bit of both, actually.
Both, right?
We got both.
I tell you, I have some crazy squirrels. They eat through everything. Yeah. I got to figure out what to do. They ate through my I have a shed, a wood shed, and they ate a hole right through it. We put a piece of wood.
Squirrels are rats with furry tails.
They just wanted to get in and see what you had.
That's so cute, though.
Pretty close.
What do you got on the inside of your shed that they want to get at?
Well, my son, let me tell you what he did. He took all my stuff. Yeah. I wish. No, my son had a bright idea. One day I go outside. He took all my stuff out the shed and put couches and TVs in there. Oh. And it's a man shed now. And he left my stuff out to rust.
Well, that was thoughtful.
That one.
You need to feed him to one. You need to feed him to a python. What the hell?
He probably has some food in there. That's probably what the squirrels are trying to get.
They might want to be living in the. They might want to live in the. They might want to live in the couch too. They like that. They like to get into a thing like a couch and live in it. You know.
I'm sure. Lucky him.
Yeah. I like to live on a couch myself.
Yeah. I mean,
on my couch.
Shoot, pretty soon in America, we all gonna be living outside on the couch.
Under the viaduct.
Would you, Rita? Would you rather live on a couch or a turtle shell?
I'm thinking a turtle shell.
If it was big enough to get in.
Hey, mine was pretty big.
I like your dog.
Oh, you like my dog? That's my little booger. You can have him if you like. He likes to piss everywhere.
I'd call him more than Booger. I got some cats that could slap him around and teach him a few things.
Well, we have a cat. I have a cat here. My cat, tears him up, but he doesn't care.
Hey,
He's
Brett.
not very smart, huh?
Brett,
He's just a looker.
I just thought I could see Brett's picture come up on the GUI, so I was wondering if he's back with us. No, he's
Who's
not.
still on? Who's still on anyway?
There's all
I
of
am.
us on.
We've got Darren, Reset, Free Energy J, and Brett, but he's not answering.
And here we've got me and Sonic and Steve.
Cool.
And
Steve, I really miss your other half this week. I really do. Not that, I don't like having you, but I really miss her.
yeah, she's quite a gal.
She's amazing.
She's amazing, yeah.
Yeah. She's got.
I
so
love her
much knowledge.
sense of humor.
She's got so much knowledge in there, hasn't she? And
oh hell yeah.
and she just craves more knowledge, doesn't she?
No, she don't stop. She's a runaway train.
Yeah.
From all those retreats with David Icke, that's what did it.
That was actually years ago, Caroline. That was in the 90s. That was
Oh boy, when he was really a stud. Hot dog. Okay.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
David Icke, if you get somebody named Carolyn, watch out.
Yeah, he's quite a guy.
And David, don't worry about the reptiles. Worry about the cougars.
That's it. I think he'll
That'll
be
be
up
his
for
next
it.
speech.
I think he'll be up for it.
Well, he's certainly got a few
Veiled
great
sexual
TV.
terminology there.
Yeah.
Well, on the Monday over here in the lovely city of Brighton, we are going to be having a three-man group
Yeah,
session.
the email, yeah.
I don't know. I might have I haven't looked at it yet.
Holy moly.
Are they coming then?
Yeah.
We have
Jay, you commented on the what's her name? Veronica Chapman's videos, yeah. We will be in her company on Monday night, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
And a few others.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the email up to just.
and a guy called Raymond Sinclair who he's got a really cool idea of making our own country, where it's called Freemania.
Well, I like that.
And
I'm in.
it's a
Yeah, me too.
it's a society where we make the rules and we're all free people on the land.
Yeah, Ray Sinclair, Andy Chambers, Mike Bridge and Ian Roster, and Mike Bridges runs a website called Get Out of Debt Free.
Oh yeah.
Which is an amazing website, and you can download letter templates and affidavit templates from there and just fill them in. And see, this is what we were talking about earlier, Caroline, about Occupy. This is the sort of thing to be concentrating on. Actually playing them at their own game and turning the system round. If everybody does it, the world would change in a matter of months.
John?
Well, since we're already sovereigns, why don't we just issue ourselves diplomatic passports?
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly.
I like
so we
that.
need to know how to do it. I mean, there's also another guy called John Harris going to be coming along who is what turned us onto the Freeman and the Land stuff at first, but his research wasn't fully baked.
Yeah.
He went to press too soon, sort of thing.
Yeah, and
But these people have done the work. This Ray Sinclair guy is an amazing bloke. He's just got.
and Veronica.
And Veronica is just like
Yeah. John sort
unbelievable.
John sort of takes.
Well, somebody has to let Reset listen to that. No, that wasn't Reset. That was Herb Guy.
Oh, Herb Guy, yeah. No,
I was cracking up. He said he tried.
We've sent Herb Guy a few links so far.
Well, he said
I
he
checked-
tried, and the judge took his license away.
Oh yeah. The thing is, you don't need a license. By the sounds of it, you only need a license to do business with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There was a guy up in Canada here that, and I don't know if this is
Dean
any-
Clifford, Darren.
Yeah.
Dean Clifford is.
Yeah, and he's pulling it
also
off.
Ray Menard.
Yeah, the one I watched. Yeah, he was pulling it off. He got pulled over and he taped it, and he gave the cops his paperwork, and he had a license plate that he made himself at home.
Yep.
And the cop was just like, okay. I mean, they dragged it out, and they kind of took as long as they could, but they let him go. And I don't know what the guy's doing, but a friend of mine keeps saying, you got to check into that. You got to check into that.
Yeah, no, it's possible, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. As soon as we get into legal jargon, my brain goes numb. So.
Me too, mate. Me too. But
yeah,
there are people out there who can show you the way.
Yeah,
we had a meeting round here last week, and I tell you what, he's a Scottish guy. We're going to have him on tonight, but I thought he's a bit of a loose cannon, and
we'll have him on soon.
We'll have him on soon when we get him to sort of calm down a bit. But he actually has a story about him being arrested, and it's fucking hilarious. You got to we wanted to film him last week, and it was a bit of a because in our kitchen it's big enough to hold about 30 people, so there was quite a lot of people round, and they were all having to get away, at a certain time, so we couldn't set it up basically quick enough. But he just went through the whole Freeman thing with the police, but in the correct manner. Kept telling them that, yeah, you can arrest me, but it's going to cost you £5,000 per hour that you hold in a cell. And they got it, he got it all written down, sort of thing. And the normal cops were all going, shut up, fuck off, sort of thing. But the guy in the holding cells place, the detention centre, took him really seriously. And he said, I want £5,000 an hour in Bank of England banknotes now. And the guy's saying, we don't have them now, but can we add it to the bill later? And he was actually taking them seriously, and he wrote down a contract with the guy, sort of thing. And he's in the process of cashing that in right now, so watch this space for how he gets on. It was all over a small...
Let me know if it works, because I'm coming to London.
I know.
I'm gonna try to get arrested.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I just want to go through a red light right now in my car and...
And he's also been him and his girlfriend Jess have been sending notices. They've been going through the accepted for value thing and sending notices. And then so they had.
Well, basically they haven't paid their power bills for 7 months, and they haven't been cut off yet because they've been sending these replies back saying we accept your offer, but blah blah blah.
So they got a letter to cut them off in April.
In April, yeah.
And then that's the last I've heard from them.
And they're still getting power, so they haven't...
Because they've got to get your consent for them to cut you off. And they're just not
consenting. Yeah. And it's the same, the same laws that we live by, Darren, are the same as they are in Canada.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Apparently it's one for one in Canada, because it's
the Crown.
The Crown, the Commonwealth sort of thing. Do you remember last week... Sonic was telling you about the waterways in Canada and how that was part of the Commonwealth.
The Crown.
Yeah. And I've recently, since then, discovered that there is all sorts of water laws and stuff that people don't got a clue about.
Yeah. Well, maritime law is what our statute laws are all based on. But I was in this old lady's house this week doing some work for her, and she basically had this Victorian book that was from back in the day. It was all sort of handwritten and printed on that. That press thing with the whatever, yeah. But it showed you when Queen Victoria was born and became the monarch, or when she became the monarch rather. It showed you a map of the world and the British Empire on it, and the part in Canada and Australia was only round the coastline and some of the rivers. And then 10 years later, more of it was shaded in. And then after sort of 20 years, more of it was shaded in until it finally at the end. It was all black, and that included India, Canada, and Australia. It was like, wow.
Hey, you guys, how about this? I get the same phone call about 6 times a day. The Republican National Committee. They keep calling me like 7 times a day.
What?
I should answer it. The Republican National Committee.
They need your vote.
Wow, how'd you get on that list?
I don't know.
Tell them you're not running for president.
It's area code 202, but it's the Republican National Committee. Yep.
Have you seen the Obama's campaign logo, 2012? He's got the dawn of the new day inside the zero.
Dawn of a New. Where have I heard that before? Dawn of a New Day.
You're probably Jordan Maxwell.
Yeah, Jordan Maxwell.
No, I think Dawn of a New Day. Isn't that some type of
It's been going for years and years. You'll see the sun dawning in everything.
Oh, wow.
It's one of the oldest symbols in existence. Quite a lot they'll have it in the sun sort of coming out behind the planet. Or you'll get it, the sun dawning between two mountains. You get it, we've got like a piece, we've got a cubesy company over here called PC World, and it's just, the sun's there. You'll see it in adverts all the time, just watch out for it, because it's really heavily, and in loads of films you hear them saying it's the dawn of a new day.
It's been in movies, that's why I'm like, Dawn of a New Day, isn't that like
in V?
highlight movies or something?
Yeah, in the V that just got cancelled, that's where they came down and they said that this is the dawning of a new day.
Yes.
It's the symbolism is all about, the dawning of a new day was Obama's campaign slogan for one of his campaign slogans for 2008.
Yeah, it was 2008. It was a thing.
Yeah, but
I thought it was thank you, Satan.
That too.
That was a subliminal one.
Yeah, and I've actually went and got the software that I saw explained on one of the videos, and I've taken that and I've reversed it myself, and that's what it sounds. That's what
Did you hear
Absolutely. I went and got the software. It was I go to a site, and of course I download just about anything I'm looking for, and I installed it, and I took that, and I looped it backwards, and you can do it with anything. It's actually funny to hear yourself. And he also had this, I've seen this one video where the guy had taken other parts of speeches and done them as well, and to make, and then I've done my own voice and played it backwards, and it's actually hard to get your own voice to make it sound the same as when Barack Obama says it.
Oh, for real?
It's strange.
Didn't he say, the guy says that you're really saying what's on your mind?
I don't know, but it's strange. It's almost like you need to know the enunciation of the words for different ways, like Captain Kirk or something. You got to say it like Captain Kirk.
I got to tell you,
I thought the guy said it was your subconscious talking in reverse.
I don't know.
What you were really thinking. That's what I thought.
What I had a dream one time, and it's weird. I don't often remember my dreams, but I had a dream of Obama standing there having a speech, and he was speaking the speech to everybody there, and in another alternate universe, he's on a different stage saying the reverse speech at the same time.
Wow.
So I kind of had that weird dream, and to me, I don't know if it was just something I put together in my head, but I just thought that maybe he's up there, and on this side he's speaking forward, and on the other side he's speaking in reverse, and there were two audiences watching that at the same time in two realities.
Well, he has a clone up,
so it often makes me wonder.
Say, because of all the positivity of the people, when Obama got elected, they said that. Didn't they say, like, we opened another dimension or something like that?
It's possible.
They said the day that he got elected because of so many people's hopes.
9/11 happened, wasn't it?
They said with 9/11 too.
Yeah. So reset. I think you.
Yeah, you were going to say something. Reset. What was that?
Sorry, I'm just eating a little bit here. Darren was saying.
Closer to the mic.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
That's not bad.
There you go.
Okay. Darren was saying something about the phonetically speaking backwards. It's weird. One of the things when I was at McNally Smith in St. Paul, it's where I graduated college, one of the teachers, what they had us do was record someone speaking forward, and then reverse it, play it backwards, and on a piece of paper write down what it sounds like backwards and pronounce it backwards. And then you play that clip of you speaking the words backwards forwards, and it sounds like you speaking in a different language.
Yeah. See, that's strange, eh?
Yeah,
really
there's
strange.
And I just wonder why the teacher went out of his way to show us that one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Why did he do that? Did he want you to get you to hear it backwards and then say it backwards and then play it forward so you were actually saying the thing you were meant to say in the first place?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Fucking hell.
And it does not sound the same, and they don't sound the same.
No, yeah. I mean, I did a bunch of music on MySpace. I had these people that sent me lyrics, and I used to make this sort of like cheesy techno soundtrack up, and then recite it really in a heavy Scottish accent.
Really?
Although it was like an American sort of text, and then it would sound quite funny. And I used to reverse the last sentence and play it back to back with the last sentence on.
What sort of layer it?
No, just say the last sentence is "Hi, Nick."
Yeah.
I would say "Hi, Nick" and then reverse it, and it would go "Hey, yeah." And it doesn't sound Russian or something like that.
Well, Darren's from Canada. He sounds like an American accent. I don't hear anything different.
Yeah, the intonation would be a lot different.
Yeah.
To get it to actually sound the same as Obama, you'd have to do an impression of Obama.
I'm sure Darren says a moot.
I know what you say. I mean,
and it's not Z, it's Z. We have zebras, not zebras.
I say we stop calling Obama and call him his real name.
Well, Barry.
Barry
Soetoro.
Barry Soetoro.
Yeah. Barry Obama. Some people call him Barry Obama, don't they?
Yeah.
Some people call him asshole.
Or the long-legged accent.
Have you guys noticed they hardly ever call him president, though?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, that is true.
Well, that's because he's not the president.
That's because he's not an American.
And he's not the president.
He's fucking Egyptian.
I don't know. They even do it with W too. You know, it's like Clinton was the last one that they still refer to as president.
Right.
Usually it's Mr. Bush or Mr. Obama.
Well, over here, it was quite a lot of times they call Bush President Bush.
Oh yeah.
But what's that about Obama?
Yeah.
Now that you mention it,
that's because he wasn't sworn in properly.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, who showed me that with the Bible that was upside down?
That Reset's page. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, with Biden with the upside down cross.
Yeah, Biden, yeah. Is that his wife next to him?
Yeah, I got a figure.
Yeah, she's a doctor.
Biden's wife.
Yeah, she's 20 years younger than he.
That's his second wife. His first wife's dead.
Yeah, his first wife when he died in a car. Was it a car crash?
No.
With his daughter.
No.
Right.
Yeah, he was a single father for a while there.
Yeah.
No.
They say you have to make a sacrifice. So.
Well, yeah.
That's
Kind of wonder about that, don't you?
Well, you know that the last 3 prime ministers of Britain have all done that with children.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
Blair's had a kid die on him. Brown had a kid die on him, and so has Cameron. In the last 3, they've all been.
I no longer believe in coincidences, so there's no such thing. So
there's no such thing as a coincidence, no.
Yeah, not at all. If you think there's such thing as coincidence, then everything is a coincidence.
And don't you think it's strange that Obama's grandmother died like the same day he got elected?
Ah.
Wasn't it like that day or the next day she died or something and he didn't go?
Who's that?
Obama. Barry Soetoro.
Was that that was in Africa somewhere, yeah?
No, the white one.
All right.
Oh, really? Right. Mm.
Yeah.
What was her name? Nefertiti?
Don't you think it's really odd that Bush and the Dalai Lama have the same birthday? June the 6th. No, July the 6th. Yeah, very good. So you've got the Antichrist and
the heavenly
and the Buddha.
The Buddha on the same day. Oh my God.
So yin and yang.
No way. They're not the same age though.
No. Obviously, the Dalai Lama's like 8.
He's 80 or yeah. Well, that can't be right then.
No. They've got the same day. Their birthday falls on the same day. Not they were born on the same. on actually the same day.
Yeah, I know. Well, there can't be the Antichrist and the thingy then, can they? On the same.
I remember reading something about about how he was in a cult before he was in a cult and they were killing people.
Say that again.
There was a few newspaper articles way back when I had came across them when they were talking about before he started going into office politics, that he was actually in a cult and they were killing people, like during sacrifices. And all that got brushed aside when he began doing politics.
Which is that, senior or junior?
Junior.
Oh, yeah, well.
Both of them. We've had stories over here that
Clinton.
He was involved in sort of that when he was... Because Bush was basically the head of the CIA, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a director.
He's the one who started it, didn't he?
No, he was a CIA operative the day that JFK got killed. He was at Dealey Plaza, and he got to be director when Ford was in office.
He was head of the CIA in the Ford years, wasn't he?
Right, during the Ford years.
And Gerald Ford was thinking, and he was in Nicaragua, I believe.
Yeah, he
knew operations, and the first thing he did was arrest Noriega, wasn't it, when he became president?
Him and Noriega were together in Panama for a long time, and then he actually had a lot to do with. He was all over the place. The guy's dirtier than hell. He was involved with MENA, with Clinton getting the drugs coming in through Arkansas.
Yeah, well, this is what we've heard, that he was running coke basically from the Contras.
Yeah, that's why they named it. The CIA building is named after him now. It's now called CIA. It's actually named George Bush, the building.
HW?
Yeah, the 41, yeah. Bush 41.
Yeah, God, yeah.
No, I had read an article somewhere. You know, I meant to had bookmark it one time, and I think the website got shut down or something like that. But I had read somewhere that Prescott Bush.
Yeah,
he was in
was not his real name. Yeah, it wasn't his real name. And then actually, I don't know if it was an actual photograph I saw or if it was. I think it was. It was a picture of Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
Well,
he assassinated him, didn't he?
No, I had heard the article kind of stated that the guy thought that Prescott Bush, whatever his name was before, was Nikola Tesla's aide or one of them.
Oh, right.
And then all of a sudden the Bushes skyrocket and Tesla goes bankrupt. So and then Prescott Bush changed his name to Prescott Bush.
Yeah.
So
he had a German name before that, I believe.
Yeah.
That's why we called him Hitler.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering if maybe it wasn't the Bushes that got Tesla's wealth.
Yeah.
He still has wealth. Well, hasn't that got something to do with Edison as well, or not?
Yeah, well, that's J.P. Morgan, isn't it?
The J.P. Morgan thing, because Tesla was going to put the frequency thing around the planet, and they put a stop to that sort of thing in favour of electricity going down cables.
Yeah, but Prescott Bush was working with Avril Harriman, and they had like some sort of bank that was bankrolling Hitler, and they actually all their funds got seized till the end of the war, and were actually on trial for a bit. But then I think it all got brushed under the carpet, which I think is really quite disturbing. That then when Bush went to Germany when he was president, he visited Auschwitz, and his family paid for that to be built.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So,
so they were the Henkel.
Prescott's the one who stole...
heavily involved in pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, Eli Lilly.
The Henkel.
Eli Lilly. George Walker Bush, he's like, the dad.
Yeah.
He's like a director for Eli Lilly.
Is he?
Who they like produce Prozac, don't they?
Yeah. And,
he's on
He's
on the board of Bayer as well.
In the water supply.
Is it?
Yeah. Prescott's the one who stole Geronimo's skull for Skull and Bones, and Prescott was involved with the plot to kill FDR and bring in a military dictatorship that Smedley Butler exposed. And that you can actually, that the testimony in Congress is available now. They've opened the archives. So here you have a guy that not only supported Hitler during the war, his son and grandson become president of the United States, and here Barbara Bush is the daughter of Aleister Crowley. So figure that one out. So fucking A, you got a Nazi cultist traitor, and Aleister Crowley is their kids in the White House. And you wonder why we went to hell, huh?
I still can't get over Barbara Bush when she made that statement on national TV when they were talking about the war, and she was like, "My brain is too beautiful to think of such things."
No, I literally have that. It's one of the things I was going to bring up right here. Is why should we hear about body bags and deaths? It's not relevant. So why should I waste my beautiful mind on something like that?
Oh.
But no, what I was going to ask was, Darren, you had said that Prescott Bush had changed his name, which is something I'd never really heard before. But on the same page, I put together this PowerPoint show a while ago, and before him...
Reset, get back to the mic.
His father was Samuel P. Bush. And so I'm just wondering, when was the name changed? Was it
Well, yeah, he changed his name to Prescott Bush from some German name.
Weren't they saying he was German and he came over?
Yeah.
He was an SS officer. He was
the part of the House of Harriman. The part of the House of Hess.
And I really don't know what the German name was, but it was nothing even close to Prescott Bush.
Fact check those. We'll get that for you soon as
Okay, because what I'm getting at is in this the thing I put together a while ago. I had Samuel P. Bush as his father, who has the same name. You know what I mean? The only reason it wasn't like his mother's maiden name he was changing or something. Because, the Bush name sounds like it was already associated with him.
And wasn't Jordan Maxwell talking about Nikola Tesla that's where they got the name Curious George, and the guy who made that cartoon ended up getting killed?
Oh, yeah.
It was Nikola Tesla's pet name, because George was, I guess, was sent into his house to spy on him. So he used to call George Jr. Curious George, and then the cartoon came about, and it was the Curious George as the monkey. He used to call George the little monkey.
Yeah.
And then the guy who made the comic, I swear that was Jordan Maxwell that was talking about that story.
Wow.
And how, the guy who made the comic.
On George Maxwell's page right now, actually.
Jordan is a wealth of knowledge, isn't he?
Mm.
Yes.
Quite a bit. Christ has not risen.
He's quite sick right now, too. I know I wanted to get, when I had some extra money, I wanted to purchase some of those DVDs.
Retta, do you think it's strange that that Kerry's not had Judy Wood as a whistleblower?
As who?
She's not had Judy Wood talking about her.
Yeah, well, I find Kerry is quite set in her own little. She doesn't stray off track.
I know, but that's amazing.
It's amazing that she hasn't, and I wonder why she hasn't. There's a couple of people that people have suggested that she has on, and she hasn't.
Sorry, I'm just inhaling.
Being a woman and a whistleblower, I'm surprised she hasn't had her on. And why? The main question is why? Why wouldn't she have her on?
Well, I just posted the show that we did on Thursday to Kerry's Facebook page and said you need to.
You just go on Facebook. You know where you need to paste it.
Where?
You need to message right on. If you give it to me, I'll post it to her. The best way to get a hold of her is on Project Camelot under her name.
Okay, well, I could actually just email it to her.
Hey,
I could actually just email it to her.
Sonic,
I'll probably email you back and ask if you can set up the interview for her radio show, because I find that she doesn't like to call people cold call.
Uh-huh.
Like, if you suggest somebody to her, she doesn't like, if you know them or have a relationship, she'll say, well, do you think she'll want to Skype them. She'll like, can you give them my Skype name? And and you know, I think it's Snow Jaguar or something. I can't remember. It's written down somewhere. But I think she might be a little shy. She doesn't like to just call people.
No. Unlike Lobo.
She likes people to contact her. What?
Unlike Lobo, he'll call any fucker.
Yeah, he called me, man. That was great, though.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That's what got me all started on all this, so...
Hey, Sonic, did you see that I posted that stuff what you guys had in Brighton with Judy? That reminded me when you were talking about that, Rita. That was a neat presentation. All 2 hours of it. There's part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
I put it on your page on Facebook. I put it on the other one. We should probably put it on Friends of Freeman so more people can, because I thought that was a really good presentation she gave. And your voice is all over the place on that.
I think, yeah, I was asking her some questions.
It was cool.
I think Firechick may have put that on there on the Friends of Freeman already.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll check that with her though, whether she has or not, because that's always good to put up there. Yeah, that was a guy called Morris that recorded that, because the footage that Firechick did, the audio was a bit funny.
I mean, it's available. I mean, it's okay to put it up, right? It's not like he's selling it or something. I don't want to screw the guy if he's trying to get money out of it.
It's on YouTube, so it's policy.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't want. But yeah, I thought that was really good because a lot of the interviews, it's hard for somebody to see what she's talking about. But I thought she did an excellent job with all the, because doing it that way, she had all the projector and all the stuff, all the images and stuff that she could talk about it.
Too.
That's
and I'm
really
more
cool.
visual. I don't know who else.
Firechick's footage is the audio was quite bad on it, and we tried to clean it up, but it's.
But I mean, it was very. I listened to it the other night. I mean, it was
really good. Yeah.
I thought it was an excellent thing.
Caroline, there's another interview they did with her prior to the talk. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I put that. I've got that on the photo album on my Facebook. I've got that one. I've got the 2 hours from Brighton. I've got the one with Red Ice. I've got the one with her and Jeff Rentz. I've got about 6 or 7 of the interviews with her, and I like the one that she did.
Did you see? Did you listen to the one that she did with John Lash?
Is that the one? No, that's not the one where she's just sitting in the chair with the book, is it?
No.
That's the one she did here. There's another one from last September. She did with John Lash and Thomas Malone.
Yeah.
I'll have to get that one.
He's an American guy from...
he lives in Japan.
I think he's from Maine, but he lives in Japan.
Yeah, that was an amazing...
That's an amazing... Her and John Lash just talking. It's fantastic.
I've seen one where a guy, I think he was trying to rattle her a little bit, but she didn't go down. What was it, Greg? Dr. Greg?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she put him down a peg or two.
Yes, she did.
And then it's like, where the fuck has he gone? Okay, we've got 45 seconds on the podcast, so if everyone just would like to go round and say goodbye to the podcast people and to Carolyn here, because Carolyn hasn't got Skype yet.
Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be playing with that tonight and tomorrow. And isn't there a show tomorrow too?
Okay, because Carolyn's up late when we're up late, and we always try to get her on. And she doesn't have Skype yet.
Okay,
I'm working on it because Sonic sent me the link. I just got to do it. So I'll have to do it tonight and tomorrow.
Seconds.
Okay, well, right. 10 seconds to the show. So
thanks, Reset. Thanks, Darren. Thanks, Jay.
E-hugs to everybody.
Thanks, Retta.
Good night.
Done.
Take care.
Night all.
Yeah, we're still here. We're still chatting, but the thing stopped recording. That's basically what we mean.
Yeah.
No worries. Well, I'm going to bail myself.
Oh, I thought it hung up. I thought the